Hey, everybody, welcome into the building. This is Thanksgiving week, okay? So happy Thanksgiving in case y'all don't see y'all again until after Thanksgiving. But we're here for the Real Housewives of Potomac recap. Beef is served. And let me tell you, oh my goodness, this, I think all of these reality shows, they're taking a turn down a road that we're not really like, we don't like, okay? And so this particular episode, a lot went down. It's a lot to dissect, so much to go through. And listen, guys, there are going to be some points in this where we're going to have to agree to disagree, and it's going to be okay. Was on Sherelle's panels today talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac. Stop by Gabor's channel, and I got a couple of beat downs. I got a couple of lashings, but we'll talk, and we're gonna see if you understand my side. You can disagree with me, but you might understand where I'm coming from when we break down some of these different scenes. Okay, so I got some friends in the building here with me today. Hey, E. Oh, you.
Hey, Diva.
Hey, you here on behalf of Mia? Okay. Hold on. Let
Hey.
me add. Hey, Emmanuel.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, you said look at the CEO. Oh
Yep.
my God. we gonna get down in it again tonight. Shan said, "Hey, beautiful diva, I'm early tonight because this is a woo, this was what oh my like I gotta say, even before we get to this particular part, it's shocking to me the behavior of what's the name? Gizelle and Robyn.
Oh
And
my God.
sometimes I'm like, do they care what they look like? Or do you know what, guys? Does money
It's
trump
shocking
everything?
to me the behavior.
Hey Robyn.
Hey.
Okay. Hey. I'm like, does money trump everything? Like, you're really willing to give up your whole soul for a check? We gotta talk about this. But it opened up, and they're still in the house, and Mia is kind of talking to Peter, but Mia also said that Wendy is hard to like. So Mia was throwing a lot of shade in the confessional, right? So all of them, Mia, Robyn, Gizelle, I think they're all bitter and still pissed at Wendy for things that happened last season. That's the feeling I'm kind of getting. They didn't let it live and let go. They're still holding on to it, right? So Peter was being Patricia, all up in the woman's business, right? Talking about he got beef with Wendy, and when he going to check her and kind of talk to her, when he sees her, right? And Mia claims she knew Peter for the past 10 years. I was shocked to kind of hear that. I guess Peter just knows a lot of people. They showed the pictures. I mean, if they didn't show the pictures, I would have been like, that's a bunch of nonsense. But they did show a lot of pictures of Mia and Peter being together. And Mia also said outside of G, Peter was the first one to hold her daughter. So I was really shocked about that. I was like, all right, I guess they did know each other, whatever the case may be.
They
And
probably
then
know each other from the club when, she was performing favors. You know?
But Diva, sorry to interrupt you. Can I say something about those pictures they were showing?
yes.
People were talking about the fact that one of the pictures said 2015, and there was some woman really close to Peter, like she was like wrapped around him, and they brought up
Uh-huh.
the fact that he was still married to Cynthia at that time. It was just a little observation.
Okay, but you know what? It's not like she was with Peter. She just said she knew him.
No, no, not Mia, the woman in the picture that they were showing.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. Okay. Well, that's a whole. Okay. I followed what you. Oh, all right. So Peter was being Peter, I guess, right? And then, and then, she said Peter was the first man to hold her daughter outside of, G, and then, she was saying pretty much with, um, Peter and Wendy, money and business or whatever the case may be. And then I'll add this before we start talking. They're on their way to dinner, right? And so it's well, Ashley, Gizelle, actually before that, Ashley, Gizelle, and Robyn kind of talking in the room. I add these two scenes together, right? Ashley, Gizelle, Robyn were talking in Robyn and Gizelle's room. They were kind of complaining about the room because you can hear through the plumbing when the toilet is flushed or whatever the case may be. Ashley said her old boyfriends are kind of DMing her now, trying to check her, right? Come and get her. And then she also claims that this house that she found, she's backing out of it. Yeah, she's so full of crap too. She's backing out of it because the tenants don't want to come out the house until July, and she wants to move in June. 30 days. Come on. Michael and her are going to be together forever. And that's my story, and I'm kind of sticking to it. And she said Michael is arguing with her a lot, talking about where's the milk, where's the pull-ups, where's this. That's because Ashley, you been knew that Michael wasn't here for them shenanigans when you go on these trips and leave the kids with him. Michael don't have time for that. Michael is for the streets, and that's where he likes to be. So now he's pissed that he's in this house with his two kids who he loves, but he didn't want them because he didn't want to be held back. He wanted to live his life. So that's why Michael is pissed. He's pissed because you're not home with those kids, and he is. So I'll leave it there with those two scenes. We'll kind of talk about that. Well, you know what? Let me add this other scene to it too, so we can talk about all of this at the same time. Mia and her friend Jacqueline. Now, keep in mind that Mia told us, and Jacqueline confirmed, you know, when Mia was going through her troubles growing up, Jacqueline family took her in. And you said that you and Jacqueline were very close. You also said that Jacqueline is like G's second wife. So this how you treat the second wife? She needs a little deodorant, some toothpaste, a Q-tip or whatever, and you telling her off saying, girl, after you asked me for 5 things, when you on number 6, you got to go to CVS and get your whole life together. So I don't like the way that Mia is treating Jacqueline, but I saw how, because rumor has it that those two are not speaking now. So, but I could see the way this is trending and the way that she treated Jacqueline on this trip, and then the way Jacqueline flipped to her at the dinner table. I can see how these two, you know, are going to break down this whole friendship. So I'll start, you know what? Hey, Roya, you're in the building. What do you have to say about these first 3 scenes? Can you hear me? Okay, Roya may not be able to hear me. Hey.
Sorry. First 3 scenes, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I just hopped on. I'm so sorry. Y'all go ahead without me.
Okay,
I'll
come back to you. I'll come back to you. Thanks for being here. 4 degrees of not Miss Striptease. What do you want to add to this conversation?
I agree with you on the whole trying to embarrass Jacqueline. I didn't find that to be cute. That's a childhood friend. Her family took you in. A show is not that important for you to throw her under the bus. You find that to be funny. You're acting brand new. You have no humility. You haven't healed from your trauma, and you need to get some help. Wasn't here for it.
Wasn't here for it. What do you think about Messy Peter?
I think Peter entrapped himself. But I don't even think it was in his heart to want to be messy. But, you know, he put himself in that position. I don't know if maybe he had a talk with Gizelle, and she probably gave him, you know, some game. Okay, you show up and you do this, you do this, you do that. Peter probably gave her his terms and said, I'll only do so much. But it was staged. That's why I'm like, I don't really know what to say about Peter. Because a real businessman ain't going to show up and do that.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. You know what the thing is, though, with Peter? He didn't need no help from nobody. Peter been in this reality TV game for a minute, and he's been making his reality TV rounds. He did what he had to do because he wanted to do it. Okay, Robyn, you're in the building. What do you want to add about these first 3 scenes?
I'd like to start by saying that Mia must have taken a messy Mia pill. She was messy from the beginning.
Yes, she was
ultra extra in her behavior. Everything about her this episode was overdone, from her hair and makeup to her clothes to the way she walked and the way she talked. It was such an attention grab. It was actually disturbing. It was horrendous to see her treating her air quotes friend the way that she did. I had a lot. I can't wait till we talk about later on this show, because I have a lot to say
We
about
going we gonna get there. But can I tell you this, Mia, and correct me if I'm wrong. She alluded to the fact that her and Jacqueline may have done something together before, right? Like sleep together, right? So hold on one second. Ace Club, new. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hey Diva, sending love from Tampa. Thank you so much. I appreciate the love. So my thing is, you can sleep with somebody, but lending them some deodorant is a major deal. Like Mia, stop. Like Mia, stop. Listen.
It depends on what you place value on.
No, Mia is just a low down, dirty dog. Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm sorry. Wait.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead, Shan.
Mia give me the vibes like she has to be the friend that, like, you know, is the best. She always gotta, you know, belittle everyone around her to make herself feel like. So now she's on the show, she probably think, oh, Jackie, you're beneath me. And it was a really sad situation. And Peter, he's definitely Patricia. He definitely is the most thirsty HOE of them all. Like, he started that intentionally. I believe that was in his heart to do, you know. And shout out to Wendy. I love your name, Smoke. On behalf of Wendy, me too.
we gonna get there, y'all. Here's the thing. I went on plenty of vacations with my girlfriends, with my sisters. And listen, people forget stuff, okay? I'm one that I'm packing up to the last minute. I overpack. But if I got some toothpaste or whatever and you need it, it's not that deep and that serious. Now, I'm not sharing nobody, not toothbrush with nobody. But if you need deodorant, take the deodorant out my bag, use my lotion, use my suntan lotion. It's not that deep, okay? Because I don't bring travel sizes. I bring the regular size because that's what I do, okay? I always overpack. My bag always weighs more. And sometimes at the airport, I literally have to take stuff out my bag. My one girlfriend that I travel with the most, and put stuff up in her bag. And she tell me all the time, girl, I said, girl, listen, I got to do what I do. I have jeans. I'm going to have something for every situation. I will not be cold if it's cold. I will not get wet if it rains. If we going out to the club, if we going out to dinner, if we going to the beach, I got an outfit or two probably for every single scenario and situation. I'm not rolling my clothes up or get out of here. I got my stuff, okay? Got my slippers. I'm going to be good when I'm on vacation. And I'm not going to have to go to the store to buy nothing. But if you forgot something, I got you, okay? If I have it in my bag. Go ahead, Roya. Did you want to say something?
Yes. So first three scenes, I'm just going to start off with just the first where Peter, you know, or when Mia reached out to Peter, you know, let him know that they're in Miami. We come in a bar, Miami, da 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 da. I'm going to go back to what I said originally last week. Mia came on this trip with a mean girl agenda, and she's following through even with her friend.
Yeah.
The way that she treated her friend after my mother has took you in, this how you gonna talk to me on camera in front of all of these people? We have known each other since high school, and I have held you down. And Mia did allude to them, you know, twining together. Right? So yes, we have been through all of this, girl, and you gonna try to play me like, you know, this. If we've been friends for 12 years, you already know how I am. You already know what I need, what I don't. Yeah, this is routine. So why are you trying to act brand new? I definitely don't like how Mia is trying to play like, you know, she's the queen bee, she's in charge, she's running it all. Girl, you are not that girl. You are just coming into that life trying to still figure it out. She's trying to give off Grande Dame energy, and it was giving, I'm trying, and you failed. I did not like the way she was treating her friend, and I quite frankly don't like the way that she has treated Wendy and Candiace thus far. And Candiace ain't even showed up yet, but you have mistreated her name by trying to not say where she was sleeping and then gonna try to room her with Wendy. Like, it's just the disrespect. She came with a mean girl agenda, and she has followed through with the mean girl agenda. So I'll give her that. At least she's being consistent.
Yeah, she definitely did, because she's like, I don't care where Candiace sleeps. You know you couldn't stand Wendy, so why even invite her on the trip? Do a Robyn. Robyn said, no, I ain't inviting her to family fun day. Tell her, just listen, I ain't invite you on the trip. Even if she do have to go because it's a cast requirement, you could just play it off, be like, nope, not invited. And then she just shows up, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, Mia, not liking it. Smoke, you in the building on the behalf of Wendy. What do you think about these first couple of scenes? What about Peter? What about the way Mia is treating Jacqueline? What's going on? What do you want to say here?
Well,
Hey,
in
Smoke.
regard, hey Royer, I'm here on
Hey,
behalf of.
Smoke.
Hello, Sebastian.
Hey,
I'm here on behalf
Sebastian.
of Wendy. So, what I just hope people have their straps around their chins and their wigs glued on tight, because
I hope Wendy has her wigs
all fires will be shot and no one will be spared. But back to your question, Diva.
Well, I'm
In
with
regard,
you. I'm
in
with
regard,
you. Let's go, Wendy.
bang, 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 ta 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 ta, rat ta 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 ta,
Ra-ta-ta-ta.
a rat ta ta ta.
We're gonna talk about that, but go ahead, go
Okay.
ahead.
All right. In regards to Patricia sticking his nose in women's business, like he didn't learn from Nene the last time, I expect nothing different. I knew he was gonna be messy because he's a reality TV whore. And I'm gonna say it just like that. He enjoys the spotlight. He's good enough for reality TV, but not good enough to get a contract to have his own show, because he's not that interesting enough with his bar none, in the words of Phaedra Parks, and his business kind of falling apart, or even him needing multiple investors to start a business instead of having his own money to do it. In regards to messy Mia, I don't trust a harlot who would steal someone's husband and who serves steak and shrimp at a strip club at all. So I think her behavior is right on par with what she's doing to Jacqueline, because I feel like Mia is just like Gizelle and her broad-shouldered bodyguard Robyn. They are deeply insecure. They do not know how to stand on their own. They are those women who are used to being the eye candy, the ones that people would fetch after, but they really don't like to be challenged by other women. And I'm going to say this: other dark-skinned Black women who are able to hold their own, not need really any kind of alliance to speak their piece, and they actually have men who love them. So I mean, we'll see what is revealed. But also, Jacqueline's niece was on Twitter today, and she's like, Mia, you don't want to do this, because we know who you really are before these cameras showed up for Real Housewives of Potomac. So I'm just going to watch on the sidelines with my popcorn and just see how the fireworks happen. But Mia, technically, she deactivated her Twitter, because if you're going to be on a reality TV show, you got to be able to stand the smoke.
You got to stand the heat. You got to be able to take the heat. So
what's the niece's Twitter?
I'll try to find the thing that I saw, and I'll put it in the private chat for us.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So Robyn, did you answer this really quickly? What you thought about these first couple of scenes?
I did answer, but because I want to get on that whole
the dinner. We'll get there. We'll get there. I'm coming. Emmanuel, what do you think about these first three scenes?
I gotta agree with Royer when he said that Mia came into it being a Mean Girls trip. Right from the moment that she put Wendy and Candiace in the same room, you know, like she had it out. But also, okay, Candiace was out like doing something on her singing, right? I'm wondering, why didn't the cameras follow her?
They probably couldn't. And then also, because I don't think she's on tour solo, it's a whole lot of copyright and money you gotta pay if music is on the show. Like if you ever notice when they have a party that you don't hear the music or anything like that, they can't do it. So it's a whole lot of stuff with that. But she has been, you know, there has been like phone calls or whatever the case may be. But to be honest with you, thank God she probably wasn't there, because first of all, I don't even know if there's a room for Candiace. So Mia's just doing her dirty, like I think who said it? Somebody said it already. Mia's doing her dirty and she didn't even get there yet. You don't care where she's going to sleep. You don't care when she's going to arrive, but you're the host. You're the host. And you're getting the F. As far as I'm concerned, she gets an F for this trip, but and then she wanted to leave, but we'll get there. She wanted to leave, so you was going to be missing in action yourself. the name of your trip. MIA. Girl, bye.
And then I gotta give it up to you, Diva, because last week you could tell right away. You remember you told us there was something weird between Mia and Jacqueline.
Yep.
So you caught on that real quick.
Yep. And look how she's doing her. But you know what though? She got skeletons in her closet. She don't want that smoke from Jacqueline and the niece. The niece jumping in too. It's going to go down. Anything you want to say about this first couple of scenes? And listen, chat. Is Ashley getting a divorce? Yes or no? Throw it in the chat there.
Well,
I think she's not.
Hashtag we don't care.
Okay, wait, what do you think about these first couple of scenes? I'm coming to you, Sebastian.
Thank you, Diva, for having me. And hi, Royer. I love you deep down. I promise to God. I do have to disagree with most of you, though.
Let's go, E.
Hey.
This is Mia's first trip that she's hosting. So come on, you all. Like I always say, have a heart. Mia is she's hosting the trip, so technically she is that girl. She's when someone, I can't remember who it was, someone said, well, you know, her hair was overdone and her makeup, and you're supposed to be overdone. These girls are coming from Maryland, coming from Baltimore, going to Miami. You're supposed to do that. We've all been on trips. Come on, you put on your
I know people from Maryland whose hair and makeup is on point, and they don't need to overdo it like Mia did. She looked like a clown.
Well, but we know that Mia's personality is she overdoes it, because we know that's just who she is. So in her mind, she felt that she looked great. She felt like she owned that. Whether she did or not, she felt good about it. I can't hate her for that. I felt like it was her trip, and it was her time to get back at everybody the way they did her at the reunion last year, and that the way that they did her at the Good Vibes.
The way she deserved.
So. Well, how could she deserve it on her first season? So,
can I ask you this?
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. Go ahead, I'm sorry. I have a question for you.
Okay, well, let me say this and then I'll answer it. The thing about it is, this was Mia's trip. She was in charge of the girls, and clearly the girls couldn't take it because Wendy, they didn't like their rooms. Listen, it's too many people on this cast. It's too many people in the intro. This is like the third or fourth.
You can't get a room for everybody. I'm sorry.
Listen,
and she was the host, not the boss of them.
Well, this is the third week that they're not even able to play the opening, the intro, because it's too many girls and it's too long. So when we talk about
excuses for Mia for me.
Well, when we talk about having enough rooms for that many people, she should have gotten 2 houses, but she explained that when she was talking to Charrisse. She said it was hard enough to get this place. So I'm sure she would have loved to have gotten them someplace that could accommodate them, because Mia loves to put on this lavish, fashionable show. So I don't want to harp on that, the room situation in the bathrooms, because we know that was maybe out of her control, but I want to talk about Jacqueline. Mm-hmm. Now, I have sisters and I have girlfriends I've traveled with. I don't mind loaning you some deodorant. If you need a raise, I can spare one. But when it comes to the toothbrush and you need a tampon, all of these things, listen, you have to bring your own supply. That will annoy me. We have to be realistic here. I don't think that she was intentionally trying to be mean, but it's like, come on, what did you put in that suitcase? I mean, can we be realistic about it? Like, enough is enough. Like she said, I'll give you 5.
Can I ask you a question?
Wait, hold on. I gotta jump in. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna let you in. But I gotta say one thing. All of that gets trumped because you live with my family. Forgive me, when your mother was out there doing what she do, okay, and your father was doing whatever he was doing, my family took you in, okay, and you got chicken, biscuits, tampons, tissue, toothpaste, all
my hand me down.
Your mother wasn't over there smoking the crack and sending some chicken to our house for you to eat. You was eating the chicken that my family was cooking. So now you're gonna come here because I gotta ask for something. And ask friends. I don't care what my friends need. If it's in my suitcase, girl, take it. Did you leave your jeans? Can you fit mine? Try it on. Listen, I have been on tons of trips with a whole bunch of girls, and somebody's always forgetting something, okay? One time, I left one half of my bathing suit home, and whatever. They all went with me to the store to find another bathing suit before we went to the beach. You don't leave nobody behind when they're in your group. If I'm suffering, you suffering. You need some toothpaste, you need some mouthwash, pour it in a cup. Don't drink out my mouthwash now. But pour you some in the cup, and swish it around your mouth and let's go. We gotta hit these streets. So no, she was wrong.
Well, she didn't deny her access to any of the products. She just, said, okay, it's getting annoying. We're sharing the room. We're sharing the bathroom. Come on, get your own stuff. But I want the smoke to ask me the question.
So I have a question. So how are you a boss and you practically own 20 chiropractic centers and you don't have enough funds to get a house that fits all the people that are on the cast who are obligated to be there for filming and not get a house on the beach and where people can have their own individual rooms? That does not sound like a boss move. That sounds like a broke boss move or someone who's just fronting.
Well, it's not about the funds. It's about what's available, because even because you have the funds available, it doesn't mean that the location is available. It was booked that weekend, I believe Mia said. And so if they booked it last minute, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. But I agree to disagree because I know things are going to get heated a little bit later. So I'll let you all have that. But I do want you all to just rest in knowing Mia was in charge of the girls this weekend.
But
she
had to hold her back. We gonna get there.
Wait, hold on 1 second, guys. Let me let Sebastian in. Sebastian, you're in the building. What do you want to add?
First of all, last week, the week before, and the week before, we were dragging. Actually, y'all.
Oh,
who's y'all?
Wait, go on. Let him talk.
Dragging Ashley, calling her a snake, calling her a colorist. Y'all were dragging my sis Ashley.
And she still is, but go on.
I stand 10 toes down. She's still a snake, still a follower.
I said what I said and I meant it with my chest.
Wait, let him finish. Go ahead, Sebastian.
Ashley was the only one, actually Karen too, but Karen tried to stop.
We ain't get there yet, Sebastian. We ain't get there yet. You talking about the dinner? We ain't there yet.
Can I say one thing?
But wait, hold on, guys. We gotta let Sebastian speak. Sebastian, but the scene we on right now, is Ashley a liar? Is your boo a liar?
Listen.
No, just answer the question, Sebastian. Is your boo a liar? She gonna back out of a house because she want to move in June and they want to move out in July. She can't hang out somewhere for 30 days.
I don't think she wants to spend more money like that.
Oh, Sebastian.
What money, Sebastian? What money?
No, because that's not how it works. When you're buying a house and there's tenants involved, they should know. The landlords who are selling the house should tell the tenants that the house is being sold and we're not going to renew your lease and you should leave. But personally, Ashley was most likely going to buy this house cash. So the closing was going to take less than
Sebastian,
you mean Michael's going to buy the house? You mean Michael was buying the house?
Sebastian, you driving the train all kind of crazy right now. The train is off the track.
Ashley is not a liar. Ashley's not a liar.
Oh, okay.
Let's just say. She reiterates the truth. Okay.
So basically, she's a liar.
Hold on. Yolanda, thank you. Michael is playing chess while Ashley is playing checkers.
Come on now.
Ashley, I'm gonna be honest with you, Yolanda. Ashley is playing with marbles. She don't know what's going on right now. She's lost.
Okay, when you see my sis,
I'm playing with marbles. But wait, Sebastian, Miss True Kelly, you in the building. What do you want to add to these first couple of scenes?
Hello, everyone. So one, the house didn't have AC. Everyone was sweating. So what's up with that?
That part.
There was no budget,
right?
Exactly.
Second, I think Ashley's just playing games. She doesn't know what she wants to do. She's not trying to move out. I don't understand why she wouldn't wait the month to move out, right? And she's like, oh, Michael is getting mad at me for every little thing and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Ashley, this storyline, we're over it, right? Let's get something else. I thought the conversation with Wendy and Charrisse was interesting because they didn't show us a scene that they showed us at the dinner where Wendy doubled back and talked to Charrisse about what Karen was talking about. So she did something like, oh, what if it's coming from a place of bad intent, right? So she put that in Charrisse's head. That's what I think about that. And so that's what started that whole fight. So are we caught up now? Those are the scenes?
We're getting there, but that's fine that you said it. But hold on one second. Derby Diva said Ashley has been playing chess from day one. Ashley ain't playing no chess. At the end of the day, let's be clear here. At the end of the day, and if I'm wrong, y'all, I'll come back on here and say it. At the end of the day, Ashley's gonna get zilch. Michael is playing with her head. And what's the little kid's name? What's their cute little names?
Dylan and Dean.
Who is it?
Dean and Dylan.
And Dean.
Dylan and Dean. Michael gonna be with Ashley playing with her head until they both turn 18 or 21. Ashley ain't getting jacked. Allie, thank you for the super chat. You can kick out a tenant if it's before the end of the lease. You need a court order to remove them. Exactly. Thank you, Allie, for that. Thank you for Allie. But here's the thing, though. 30 days, she don't really need to kick nobody out. By the time she go to court, the 30 days will be up. Get out of here. She can just wait.
That's why she don't want to wait. And I don't blame her.
What do you mean that's why she don't want to wait?
I want to know how many lie detectors did Sebastian go take with Ashley to know she's not a liar? You so firm on she's not a liar. The girl's
First
a liar.
Of all, let me say this.
Sorry.
Ashley is the smartest woman on this show. She
has
managed to have a storyline or made some mess every single season.
So how much is her bank account? Who controls the bank account? Her or Michael? Who has the PIN number to these bank accounts? Who has the account and routing number to their bank accounts? Is it Ashley or Michael?
One when you're married. Erica James.
Try to run that. Who is contrling it? I didn't say that they merged together. Who is controlling it?
Hold on, guys, because I want to introduce this into the scene here. Wendy and Karen. Karen said, "Listen, Charrisse, we ain't been friends for her and Charrisse." When Wendy was talking, when Wendy and Karen was talking, Karen said, "Listen, her and Charrisse haven't been friends for 5 years." She said at best they can go to Starbucks and have a cup of coffee. She said 5 years ago, Charrisse had some questionable behavior and the bridge is burnt. Okay. So she pretty much saying, I have no love for Charrisse when Charrisse wanted to sit at that reunion saying I was cheating on Ray. Don't be telling my business, Charrisse. So Karen, the Grande Dame is done with Charrisse. Okay. Ashley, it was doing an Erica Jane, getting ready for the dinner. She had on no undergarments and she was doing her TikToking, okay? But Ashley's doing whatever it is she's doing in these streets. And then she's getting in the van talking about, I hope I don't have no accidents, okay? No bodily fluids like leaking out. Okay?
The smart woman, Ashley.
The smart woman, Ashley. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, right? So Mia and Jacqueline, they just keep shading each other, right? Because, Jacqueline shaded Mia as soon as she got up from the dinner table. Bar one is the dinner spot, okay? Peter, of course, said he has this beef with Wendy. Peter told Gizelle. Now, Gizelle throws an interesting bunch of crock in the game, right?
Right.
Gizelle claims that Peter told her that Wendy just looked him up, okay? Now, looked him up and pretty much used him and tried to gather some information so she could just go and, work with him. And Peter said that he really didn't trust Wendy and he was just going to hang in there and do it for the foolery. So, isn't that interesting? I'm just like, you know what, Gizelle? Do better because you got 3 daughters. And perhaps one day, maybe your daughters want to get on this reality TV thing. This what you really want to do? This what we doing? Is this what we doing?
I don't trust a woman with stovepipe legs and a neck that hangs that reveals her waddle.
Okay. And so now we have in the one car, we have Mia, we have Karen, we have Jacqueline and Wendy. And Mia did Jacqueline dirty in the van. Did y'all notice that?
Yeah.
She told Jacqueline, she said, I ain't talking to you. I said,
what's
she didn't even say anything.
That's the moment or friendship would have ended.
Right.
I would have walked off and say, kiss my ass. And I'm sorry my family took care of you. I'm sorry to say it on the channel.
I'm trying to tell you, right? And then Mia told Cameron, I'm on your side. Okay, Charrisse is out of control because she had to go beg Charrisse to pretty much, stay at the house, the hot house, because somebody did mention that everybody was sweating up in that house. So you mean to tell me this house don't got no air conditioner? Everybody was hot. Okay, Charrisse was fanning for days. What's her name? Wendy was hot up in that house. They all was hot. But anyway, Mia tells Cameron in the van on the ride to bar one that Charrisse is dramatic. And now I know why you don't want to really get with her. You don't want nothing to do with her. She said, I'm on your side. But Mia backed out of it at the dinner table. She lied. Okay. Okay.
Like and now always do.
Like he always does. I'm trying to tell you. So Gizelle, Ashley, Charrisse, and Robyn were all in the same van or whatever the case may be. And they asked about pooping and farting and whatever in front of your mate. And many people thought like, oh my God, I'm not going to poop fart in front of my mate. Like I don't. Maybe I'm crazy. Who does that? Listen,
I'll fart, but I ain't taking a dump in front of them either. I fart in front of them. I ain't taking a dump. No.
I need my privacy.
Yes. It's the one thing we're going to agree with tonight. We need our privacy. Amen.
Listen, though. Here's the deal. If you got a home, everybody's not fortunate to have a home that has multiple bathrooms. Mm-hmm. And if you are taking a shower and I got to pee and we only got one bathroom, hey, I'm coming in because I got to pee.
Okay, that's different.
Peeing. Listen. If I got to do a number 2 and a number 1, and you in the shower and I can't hold it no more, then I'm coming in and I'm doing what I got to do.
Are we fighting, Diva?
You gotta end the shower.
I'm coming in the bathroom. I'm coming in the bathroom.
And go outside in the corner. Put it in a bucket and then toss it in the yard. It's fertilizer for free.
Wait, hold on. My big 6 feet. Thank you for the super chat. Ashley is cunning. She targeted a baby daddy. Listen, wait. Flip said it. Hashtag dumpgate. I'm trying to tell you, I'm not holding it.
Flip, go sit down somewhere. Go in timeout, Flip.
Listen, I'm not holding it and messing up my insides because you in the shower. We ain't doing that. Nah, you gotta wait.
No, he gotta get out the shower. Open the window. Use the bathroom, and then you can go back and finish the shower.
I got to go. Yes. So they talked about that, and then Robyn talked about they had this whole thing about walking around the kids and you knew it or whatever the case may be. Listen, here's the thing with kids sometimes. They don't know how to knock and all that. When they want to tell you something, they just come in and they're invading your whole privacy. You like, hold on. Wait, I'm not dressed. Like, wait, give me a minute. But walking around your child on the opposite sex naked, here's the thing. I don't want to veer off because we got a lot to talk about in this episode. But yes, I think we as a society, listen, we was born naked. I think we as a society, we put so much on like covering up and it's too much, but we may have to have a whole nother conversation about that, but it ain't nothing wrong with your birthday suit. Now, I'm not saying on purpose, you need to be walking around with your naked and your kids are there, whatever the case may be. I'm not saying that, but we're going to carry on.
Robyn Let me carry on. Very low class. Her kids are too grown to be doing that. She's very low budget, very low class. There's no reason to do that.
No, I'm not. Okay, I'm moving on, y'all.
There's certain cultures that do that.
What cultures?
They don't do it.
Listen, guys. That's why I threw it. Listen, hold on 1 second. That's why I just threw it on the floor, but I ain't picking it up. I just threw that out there on the floor. It's gonna stay on the floor, okay? So let's continue.
Have you done that, Diva?
Huh?
Have you done that, Diva?
What?
Run around bed naked in front of your child where he's seen your parts.
No, not at all. Not at all. But what I'm saying to you though is what I'm saying to you though is that sometimes the whole birthday suit thing, people get so emotional. We was born naked.
Yeah.
But I'll carry on. Okay, so now bar one, it looked nice. I'm gonna give that to Peter. Bar one looked nice, okay. And then Wendy said, "Is it a coincidence that we're having dinner at bar one?" No, it
No.
wasn't. You got set up, boo. But that is. And then Jacqueline with the whole hookah thing. I mean, Mia was throwing shots at Jacqueline all night. I mean, Jacqueline had the duck and all of that. She said, "Oh no, Jacqueline got a hookah right up in her house." And Jacqueline turned, I think it was Charrisse. She said, "Well, darn, she acting like I'm a drug addict." They was throwing shots at each other all night. And then Jacqueline said, "If I met Mia now versus back then, I wouldn't probably be friends with Mia." And then she also said, if I heard right, she said, Mia doesn't have a lot of friends. Okay. So Mia
and we
claimed,
see why.
Mia
was
claimed,
very telling.
it was right. Mia claims she spent New Year's at the Miami bar one. She been to the Charlotte one, the Baltimore one. Her and Peter allegedly thick as thieves, but we just heard about Mia, but that's okay, right? And so now I'ma just throw this all out there because we got a lot to talk about. And I'ma say that they at the dinner table. Mia couldn't wait to get up to go talk to Peter, so she can get the scoop from Peter. And then she came back. She was waiting to throw this in Wendy's face. She came back and was like, "Yo, Peter is mad at you." Charrisse is over there laughing. Charrisse talking about to Peter, "I want to talk to you about doing a champagne lounge." Girl, you don't even have your champagne room anymore, okay? Go sit down. We want you to get back in Potomac and the right zip code before you start talking about doing a lounge, okay? That's what we want you to do, Charrisse. So shut up.
Not even the right zip code, just close enough to be considered in Potomac. I don't even think she's near even Potomac or Baltimore. I think she's on the outskirts.
I'm trying to tell you. If I lived in that area, Charrisse probably be right next door to me. Get out of here, Charrisse.
Diva, can I go? Because I'm gonna drop down.
Go ahead. I was trying to add the rest of the scene, but go ahead.
So, two things that stood out to me is that I think Ashley is going to use this Jacqueline and Mia conflict as a piece of her storyline, because I see her like listening to what they're saying and asking Jacqueline, "What's going on with this? What's going on with that?" Yep. I think Ashley's going to use that for her, like to deflect from the other drama that's going on and create a rift between them and get some more information on Mia. I also think that Wendy should have never started any business with Peter. I do believe that her husband told her, "You shouldn't be messing with Peter," because at that, was it the family thing? He was like, "Oh no, that's your buddy." So it sounded like he wasn't even here for her in the beginning. And messing with Peter is messy because Peter is like an honorary housewife, and he's gonna start some drama. He's gonna stir things up, and that's how it's gonna be. Also, I think Wendy should have known from jump that something was going to go down dinner, because one, she came to our house that she has to share a twin size bed with another woman. So she already know Mia's on the BS. She's in the van and she's watching Mia talk smack about Charrisse to Karen, plus like being so disrespectful to her best friend. Like she should have been on guard knowing that something's happened. And then when she saw Wendy get up to talk to Peter, that was a key right there for her to say, what's going on here? Something's about to pop off. But I'm going to drop off so y'all can argue about the fight, because I was just so uninterested and so upset with the whole scene that it was just not worth it. But thank you guys. I'll talk to you later. I'll be in the chat.
Thanks. Okay, we'll see you. So let me finish adding here. Then Ashley backtracks on Michael. Not on Michael, on what she said about or didn't say about
exactly.
The problem I have with that though is you're playing with such a serious topic and y'all think it's funny. Y'all think it's funny that now you're saying, "Oh, he didn't touch her butt. I said he leaned in like this." Come on, Ashley. I mean,
Ashley never said that. Ashley never said that he touched the butt. That was Gizelle who wanted to add spice and flavor to the tea to bring to
either way though, they were all sitting there. Wait, hold on, guys. They was all sitting there laughing. I wasn't here for it. I didn't like it. I thought it was messy. So I'm gonna add some more stuff into this, and because we got to get in and start talking about this little debacle here, right? So she comes back and she tells Wendy, Peter got a beef with you. He's pissed with you. But Peter told me on the phone, "I'm going to get with Wendy when I got there." But when he got there, all he did was kisses and hugs. Okay. He did his pageant tour. hey, haven't seen you, kissy, kissy, hug, nice to see you. And he said something to Wendy, and Wendy told him, check your text. Did y'all catch that?
I sure did.
Wendy told him to check your text because she know she responded to him. But he wanted to ignore that because he was part of the shenanigans. He got caught up with the green-eyed bandits, okay? And he went down with them in their plan. So now we get going. Yes.
I don't think that was it. I think he's not used to his investors or partners asking certain details. He's just used to people just throwing money at him and then him figuring out the rest. So the fact that she asked, like, she knew exactly what redlining was, but also like, can we do a site visit to examine the space and where this restaurant is going to be? That's when he's like, oh, she's much different than the other one. She ain't as dumb as I thought she was. And it's like, and I think that's why he didn't respond to it, so he can have an issue with her.
Right.
Come on, Flip. Yeah. Come on, Flip. Hashtag check your text. Yes, Curve.
It wasn't Cynthia. She didn't want to just sign here.
Yeah, you on that part. Oh my God.
So wrong.
Well, that part right there. Okay. So she then, so she's going back and saying, why didn't you tell him you was in town? And I'm with Wendy. He ain't my man. He's a potential business partner. Why do I got to tell him anything? They're going back and forth. They're having a verbal war, a verbal battle, and then Mia takes a drink and tosses it in Wendy's face. Now, see, here's where I say that Wendy did well. When that drink got tossed at her, she sat there. But I'm gonna let y'all speak, but she lost it afterwards. But here's the part I loved about Karen, right? She said, God is good, God is great. Lord, we thank you for this food. And she said, happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me.
She's like, not on my day, not on my watch. Not on my watch.
She's like, I'm 59.
I was here for the shenanigans. I loved it. Okay. I absolutely loved it. Robyn is a troll. Robyn is an antagonizer. Robyn is a whole hot mess. Okay. Because she's going to talk about she pulling her camera out so she can record everything. I'm going to shut up because that's enough detail. Let's go around the room, make sure we hear everybody.
Let the battle royal begin.
Yeah, let's talk about this. And let me say this to y'all. There was a battle. Let's be clear. There was a verbal boxing match. And I don't care what y'all saying, how y'all feel. I got to put this out there from the top. Wendy lost. Wendy lost. Wendy gave up her championship belt. She handed it over to Mia. She lost. I'll tell you why, but we'll talk about it. Let's go ahead and start with you, Curves. Go ahead, Curves.
Knock it out of the park, Curves.
I have to.
Hey, Curves.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Curves. Round 2. Ready?
Speaks for itself, actually. This topic is, those are the people that watch the show and saw with their eyes and not with what Mia was trying to gaslight them with. Saw an assault happen 2 times and then saw nobody at the table try to console Wendy, check on Wendy. Their only thought was, how is the attacker? How is this attacker that just jumped up out of her skin and attacked this woman for using words that we all have access to, yet some of us can use much better? Well, how did that happen? And this is the same cast where last year, this is not acceptable. This is just, violence is never the answer. That's not what we do. But it is what you allow to be done in front of you. It is what you co-sign on, and it is what you accept from certain people within your group. Okay, so now we're to this whole debate. Was it colorist or not? I think it was just effed up. And colorist is how they treat her in comparison to how they treated Monique. Okay, and for them to call the victim the blamer and antagonist, and you started it, and if only you had just sat there and ate your whoop ass. Okay, that was part of the colorist deduction for me. I don't feel like Wendy deserved that. I feel like Mia manufactured another moment at our expense. She's playing with our emotion. She's the stupidest one in the room, but she's playing with my emotion. She's playing with my intelligence. I saw what I saw. I saw you call this man several times to get information on somebody you invited to this not on the beach house. I saw you engage in trying to tear down businesses that weren't even yet solidified. That's disgusting also. Everything she did was, I mean, what show were we watching? That was just so low. Everything she did was like, remember you guys used to hear that Cardi B used to strip at that club where the girls would fight on the floor for the dollars? That was the kind of energy Mia gave to me last night. She was fighting for dollar bills on the strip floor because showing her ass was not enough.
Okay, so hold on 1 second, Carl. Hold on, I'm coming around. Hold on, guys. Hold on 1 second. So Fifi, she said PSA, this was 6 months ago, Wendy won. Okay, listen, I could be wrong, guys, but I'm gonna tell you my thoughts on why I feel like Wendy lost this one. Mia was crying and trying to get the first Delta flight home.
She broke her nail.
Okay. Wait, hold on, guys.
Even Delta, American Airlines.
I'm coming. Hold on. Mia is a stripper hoe. That's how they argue. Oh my God. Okay. Wendy won because she broke Mia down and exposed the green eye bandits and their hypocrisy at the end. Okay. I need to get around to everybody. I'll come back to you, Curves, but let me just throw this into the conversation. Wendy is the one that talks about her degrees. Mia is the one that wants everybody to address her as Dr. Wendy. Mia is the one that says she's a professor.
Oh, Wendy.
Hold on. Let me just go there. Mia is the one that's a correspondent. Okay, that has.
Wendy is a correspondent.
I'm going to say Wendy. Yes, Wendy. I'm saying Mia, but Wendy, right? So Wendy is all of these things, right? So Wendy has more to lose. Wendy was done wrong, but however, the aftermath matters. Wendy lost it too afterwards, and we cannot deny that. Our eyes saw that. But Sebastian, I'm coming to you. What do you want to add to this conversation?
I want to say this. That fight, because that's what it was, a fight, was childish. It was childish. But I will say this as well. Mia was at fault for throwing the drink on Wendy. We all saw that. She was at fault for that. But the purse being thrown at Wendy kind of did deserve that. You should have never. You should have never started saying, "Are you effing him? Are you effing him? That
was after.
That was before the purse.
Yeah, wait, let him finish. Let him finish.
That was before the purse. That was after the drink, but that was before the purse. Because mind you, there was a purse too involved in this situation. Mia messed up 2 times. There was a purse involved. I'm saying, you're right, Diva. Wendy is a commentator on CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, I've seen her on News Nation as well. He has way much more to lose than Mia. Okay. Second of all, she has something called tenure that she can lose at a very prestigious university.
Come on.
Yes, Mia did go low.
Yes.
Wendy went lower.
Yeah.
Then at that moment, she went lower than Mia, and Mia came up here to be on the top. That's what happened.
What?
And I'm gonna say yes, I am saying this. But as I said, I am Team Ashley on this one. Ashley, out of the 2 women who did not want to
hold on, Sebastian. Hold on. We got to stay on the train right now. Okay. Let's stay on track right here, right now. Sebastian, there was a verbal beat down.
There was a verbal beat down.
Right? Yep. So who won, Sebastian? That's all we need to know. Who won?
Verbal beat down?
Mia or Wendy?
Tell the truth, shame the devil.
Wendy won the verbal beat down, but it's like
she lost the war.
She gave the trophy up. She gave that battle. She gave the trophy up. She lost the war. She just won that battle. Okay.
But she
There,
got her
there you go. Boom.
she got lit.
Boom. Boom. She lost it, right?
She lost
Because
the
when
war.
they put up on that screen at the end that John Hopkins has no involvement with the Real Housewives of Potomac, even if she's still over there professoring right now, it's going to go down. They're figuring things out. And I don't want her to lose no job. So don't get it twisted, everybody. But I'm just saying that Wendy, she was kept screaming that, you know, Mia, you a whole CEO. You a whole CEO. Well, Wendy, you're a whole doctor. You a whole doctor and a professor. But let me move on. Shan, what are your thoughts?
Wendy sat there. She took the drink. 99% of us would have got up and slapped that girl in the face. She showed the utmost restraint. Yes, she got angry at the end. She yelled, but I'm sorry, she's still a human being. 4 degrees, 10 degrees. Somebody just threw a drink in your face over a situation that they had nothing to do with. She didn't lose nothing. If she lose that check, she's gonna get another one because Wendy's a real boss. Like, she has companies. And she doesn't need her husband for anything like Mia does. And she's smart. She's well-dressed. She's all that, okay? So if she doesn't work out, I don't even think she want to be a professor. She want to do her candles on her lounge and whatever. She sat there calmly. She showed so much restraint, and I'm proud of her. And then at the end, she read all of them for filth, walked away, not one tear shed, not one nail broken, still look beautiful as ever, okay? Mia is a trash, and we all know Mia is a trash. She's a liar, and how?
But Shan, so at the end when she said, "I gotta leave that house, or if I don't, I'm gonna beat her." Okay, I'm saying a little nicer than she did. How is that?
That's not what she said, Diva. That's not what she said.
What she said, Sebastian?
She said, "When I arrive, and if she's there, I'm gonna beat her ass." That's what she said.
Thank you, Sebastian.
Well,
So that was cool, y'all. That was cool.
Yeah, because if you're in the moment, you angry, you feel the exact same way.
So calm. A lot of us couldn't, and then
right,
and then they all ganged up on her at the end, saying, "Oh, you the antagonizer," pointing the phone in her face, recording her. She showed a lot of restraint, and Wendy is a winner. She's gonna continue to win. No. She didn't lose nothing. Maybe she lost that thing, and I understand you wanting to be a certain way for your career, because I have a career too. I understand that, but no, she didn't get. And then this idiot Mia broke her nail, cried, left her trip. Like, that's the biggest loser I ever seen in my life. Did all that?
Okay, so maybe guys, and I want to move so I could get to everybody. Maybe I gotta say this way. Here's the thing. Mia had more to lose in this verbal situation than Mia did.
You mean Wendy?
Wendy. I keep messing it up. But Wendy had more to lose, right? So Wendy kept calling, saying to Mia, "You a CEO." But Wendy, you a doctor. So you don't know how to restrain, use your words, sit there, be calm, not act all crazy. You know these girls don't like you. So you had a heads up. You know how they're going to do you.
No, Diva. She was calm for a while. She was calm for a while. They kept provoking her. Robyn chatting, "You antagonistic. You antagonistic." Videotaping her.
That's when Mia came back.
And then Mia came back acting a ghetto ass mess, like she is with her crazy.
Okay, I gotta hit some other people. Smoke, you looking? Go ahead. What do you want to add to this conversation?
Wendy won the battle, the quarterfinals, the semifinals, the finals. She won the title and she kept it, as far as I'm concerned, because I don't care what profession anyone has. If you are sitting in a group dynamic of friends and one person's coming at you and they throw a drink at you, and then you have another person on the side acting like a bootleg version of TMZ, trying to record and act like they special doing something, trust me, we will all pop off and be ready for anybody who tries us. So this whole thing of like, she's a professor and she has to hold this upstanding image. Let us go try to be under the same pressure cooker and let's see how well we would hold up. with a whole cast of people there and cameras. Nobody is God, Jesus Christ, Buddha, or Allah. So I feel that Wendy, what she showed us was actual reality TV. You come for me enough and you keep poking the bear. What did they say? When you mess around, you're gonna find out. And that's what happened. They found out and their feelings were hurt, and they still can't win against Wendy. So this whole thing about like, oh, she has so much to lose. They all have something to lose at some point, but her jobs didn't stop coming in, because as far as I'm concerned, I still see
what's Robyn's hat name?
Embezzlement.
Embellish.
Embellishment.
Goodwill.
Robyn's
Embezzlement.
Embellish. They're going to use reasonably shady. I mean, come on now. We gotta talk truth here. But hold on 1 second, Smoke. Thank you for the super chat here. Why is Mia so mad at Wendy saying her husband? Okay, other women. Other women. Mia confirmed that they are swingers last season. No reason for Wendy to be attacked. Listen, so Wendy, hold on 1 second. Wait, hold on 1 second. Wendy won, hands down. Class wins.
Thank you.
Wendy was classy in this situation.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was. Yes, she was.
She was classy until she couldn't be classy anymore. At some point, you got to let these girls know.
No.
I have degrees, but I'm still gonna, defend myself.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. Wendy was classy.
Impossible. First of all,
thank you. Hold on. I'm gonna ask you. Hold on. Emmanuel, Wendy was classy.
Yes, she was.
Oh my God. Shan, Wendy was classy?
The classiest.
Oh my God. Sebastian, Wendy was classy?
Absolutely not.
Thank you, Sebastian. Tell the truth and Shane the double. Royer, Wendy was classy?
After having a glass and a drink thrown at her, yes, she was very classy.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
4 degrees. Wendy was classy.
So she should have just sat there and taken the abuse diva. Is that what you're advocating? Someone throwing drinks and purses and cell phones?
I'm just asking if y'all called that class. Go ahead. Was Wendy classy?
Up until round 2.
Okay, thank you. Herb, you saying Wendy was classy?
Yes, she was classy.
Oh my God. You love a dictionary.
Wait.
You love a dictionary.
Because class also has to do with comparing to what you're not. So she was not Mia, therefore she was classy.
Okay, whatever, Herb. I love you. Dadon, hold on 1 second. Dadon, was Wendy classy in this situation?
Wendy was human.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dadon.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me read this super chat. Hold on 1 second. I'm coming. She's a doctor and she could have walked away. Come on, girlfriend. Come on. She could have walked away, but she still gets the gold medal. No. I'm not even sure she should get the silver. Especially on national TV. John H. may consider those factors. Y'all, okay, y'all. I love y'all, but y'all need to stop.
Hopkins? Has she lost a job at CNN or Fox TV or any news correspondence? No, she's still popping up just like she's been doing before the incident and after the incident.
Yeah, but the incident hadn't aired on TV yet.
Well, come on. Who said that?
I did. It hadn't aired on television yet.
Come on, girlfriend.
It was just discussion, and now that it airing on television, it's proof, right? It's
proof.
I'm
gonna say this also.
I would hope they don't fire her. I would be very hurt. But
who's to tell her jobs that she had an incident.
Okay, I hope she doesn't get fired. I really do hope that she doesn't get fired. But one thing is, she said
she has self-control.
That was self-control.
Yeah,
you consider self-control, not saying anything.
Let me. Okay,
getting bullied and sitting there quietly.
No. Let me say this, and I'm gonna get to the Don. I'm gonna get to some other people that didn't speak yet.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. If I know for a fact, it's one thing when somebody catches you on video because everybody got a cell phone now. But let me tell you this: I know for a fact those cameras are rolling. You ain't gonna catch me with my slip down. You're not gonna catch me sweating. The way listen, she got past the biggest stump in this situation. The drink being thrown in her face. When the drink was thrown in her face and she kept her cool, I said, go, Wendy, go. 2 seconds after that, she lost her natural mind. Mia walked away, came back, and Wendy would not stop. Wendy was like, oh, what you going to do? You going to throw another drink at me? You going to come for me?
Yes,
Let
she's
her
asking
go.
why she
This
needs to
and
be
that. Blah, blah,
successful.
blah. So forth and so on. She kept digging and digging and digging. Wendy won round one, the most important round. The award went to Wendy. And then after that, she lost her natural mind. And to have
Did
gotten
she lose her
caught,
mind, or did she respond to trauma?
and listen, to have gotten caught at the end saying that you would beat her down. The same thing Monique did. Saying, I will beat her behind. You don't know better. But go ahead, Don. Wait, I'm coming back to y'all. Don, you're in the building. What do you want to say about this situation? Because I know you feel that Wendy is human.
Robyn Dixon has a degree from University of Maryland in business marketing. She's also a member of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated.
Okay.
Ashley Darby has a degree from the University of Maryland in communications. Gizelle Bryant has a degree from Hampton University. She's also a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Okay, drop the
Candiace
facts.
Dillard has a degree from Howard University. She also is working on her second degree. Karen Hugert also went to University of Virginia. We also have Mia Thornton, who graduated from Southeastern Institute in neuromuscular massage therapy.
Surprising.
all these women are educated.
Thank you.
But we seem to hold Dr. Osefo to a different level because she is educated and she wants you to treat her as such. Now, I don't understand why we want to have Wendy to be this superhuman, I can't, you can do whatever you want to do to me, throw whatever you want to throw at me, put, abuse me physically, and I'm supposed to just sit there and not say anything. Words, we can have a word spar battle all day and all night, but they called her ghetto. That woman called her ghetto. Now we can go low. She could have went real low on her, and she didn't. Everything Wendy said was what Mia had brought to the group. Wendy didn't say anything else, anything but what Mia brought to the group. She brought to the group that her and her husband had escapades. Mia said that. It was nothing new. So, if you can't fight the war of words, you don't really need to be on the show. If you have to turn physical, you don't need to be on the show. And I felt the same way about Monique. When it got physical, you didn't need to be on the show. So, the war of words are fine. You can go low as I don't know what. But we seem to skip past the other educated women on the show who go low and low and low after other people's family, after their husbands,
and
after
lies.
Everybody, and
I'd
lie
like to comment on
continuously. And it just seems to glaze over the audience because Dr. Osefo, came in hard, with her degrees. It's a cultural thing for her, as she stated. But the other women are educated too, but they're just as low class, as Wendy was and Mia was in that particular scene.
I'd like to.
Okay, you know what, Don? I like that you brought that to the table, but give me 1 second. Allie, thank you for the super chat. The fight was on the blogs before the episode aired, so I think her other jobs were aware of the incident, and she spoke to them in detail.
Thank you.
Oh, all right. I mean, I can't fight that because we have no more information on that.
Some institutions don't value what blogs say, though. They think of that as gossip. So to see it for your own eyes versus hearing it on a blog, two different things.
But she talked about it.
You're talking. Hold on 1 second, guys. Momi said, Diva, you lost your natural mind. Listen. Here's the thing. Listen, we got to talk, guys, right? All I'm saying to y'all is there's some conversations where you can say right and wrong, right? And I do, all jokes aside, somebody wrote in the chat, it bypassed me already. They said there were no winners in this situation. And that, truthfully and honestly, I do agree, right? But at the end of the day, I feel like, and you know, to speak to what you're saying, Nadine, right? I feel like there was video on the block. Thank you, Ali, for the super chat. Here's the thing. I feel like this, Don, if me and you are in the place, right? And you know, we're going to, just for speaking purposes, leave out, you know, a male talking to a female, arguing, whatever, right? And you have a business, okay? You got stores, you're a leader in the community, people look up to you, right? And then, you know, there's me, who we in the same platform together, but outside of this platform, I don't really got much. So my main check is coming from the platform. But your main check, you know, this is one of your checks, but you got some other stuff that you're doing that makes you just the same amount of money, or maybe even more, right? And so you're going to let me shake you? You're going to let me come at you with my words, and then you lose your self-control because of my words? And yeah, let's say I threw a drink in your face. You going to fall for that?
Can I say one thing, Diva?
Yes, you can.
I think this is the moment when Wendy has to sit down and say, what do I want to be? Do I want to be a reality TV star, or I want to be a professor?
That's right.
Why is she the one that needs the question?
No. Why should she have to do that?
Why she gotta question something?
Can I finish? Can I please finish, guys? Thank you. So what I'm saying is, I agree. Wendy was a winner in this situation. I'm 100% team Wendy. But it's like, if you telling me they're looking at her like, oh, we have to fire her and I have to act this way, and she can't be herself, she can't defend herself against bullies, then I don't even want that job, because she was just being a human being, like somebody previously said. So if she's going to lose her job based on reacting over being bullied, because she was bullied in that situation. Everybody ganged up on her, and she tried her best to be classy. So I guess she has to pick then, since y'all say she can't be both. She can't be a doctor and human at the same time. She has to be completely flawless, unbothered all the time.
Well, that was Diva and Sebastian. They were claiming that she's just supposed to sit there, get drinks thrown at her, get purses thrown at her.
Hold on, because I want to let other people. I want to let other people in. Hold on one second. I want to let other people in, and I want be able to hear everybody. Common sense says Diva would Diva, what should Wendy have done after being physically assaulted? She didn't touch Mia. She didn't touch Mia. What I'm saying she should have did was, I would have left. I would have exited the building and left. But you wouldn't have got all that reaction out of me. See, what happens is, the thing is, but let me just, I'm positive. If I tell you some of the stuff I've been through, and I'm not saying it's easy. So much is given, much is required. And what I'm never going to let nobody do, you're not going to mess up my bag. And see, here's the thing. When you got a heads up, it's one thing when somebody catches you off guard with the mess. But she got a heads up. She know that they're pissed at her. She knows that they're pissed from some stuff that probably happened last season. She said it herself that these ladies are trying to get her off the show. I would have reversed this thing on them, that every time the cameras turned on, they would have been looking so stupid and so messed up. And I would have been so calm and collected in every situation. Like I said,
then I would say she was boring if she was always calm, collected.
Plus, Rat-a-tat-tat Wendy has introduced herself to us before. So we know that there's a side of Wendy that is not going to let it slide. So why are we requiring all responses to trauma to be identical? I don't get to act the same way to somebody throwing water to me as you would act, Diva. And there's not a wrong way for me to respond to that. There isn't.
I guess the point, Sebastian, I'll let you speak. The point I'm trying to make is, we don't get to choose and select the consequences from some of our actions, right? And so all I'm saying is, if this was Wendy's only job, hey, Wendy, do you. Show up how you want to show up. But I'm saying that Wendy has other jobs. And so when you are under jobs, there's morality clauses, and she's a professor. all I'm saying is too, here's a bigger responsibility. Let me just say this and I'll let whoever jump in. There's a bigger responsibility. This came out of Wendy's own mouth, right? Wendy said that she's the only chick that looks like her, the brown girl, that's a professor, and she's the youngest one. So you're paving the way for others to come behind you. If y'all think for 1 minute that they're all sitting there looking at this so objectively and saying, oh, she was attacked, that's why she's acting like that, she had every right. I'm telling you that I bet your bottom dollar that's not how they're looking at that scene. So now she potentially, based upon how she performed and how she acted while being in that position, could have paved the way for them to let others in and through the door. But watching that, I'm thinking, and listen, I could be dead wrong. They looking at that and saying, see, that's why we don't need to let another one of them in. Gigi tearing down our John Hopkins prestigious name. She's a professor and she on this show acting crazy. But go ahead, jump in.
So are we gonna hold, and I hate to say it like this, but are we gonna hold white people to these same standards when they get on this TV show as a doctor or as a lawyer or as a teacher or as a preacher and tell them that they can't do this and that because of their title or because of what they do or because of what they brag about?
I would like to.
It's only black people that have no room to maneuver within the confines.
I would like to answer that.
I would like to answer that too.
Let me finish. Y'all can answer it when I finish, because it's very funny to me that we are holding Wendy to this. But last season, just like she said, when Monique did this, oh, Monique is violent. Monique's got to go. So it's also funny that Mia can throw drinks and get up and throw tantrums and fuss and cuss and disrespect other people. But when it returns back to them, then all of a sudden it's a problem. Then Wendy's wrong. She was human. How far can you be pushed? If I'm on here every season and there's a specific type of people continuously coming after me every single time, continuously taunting me, continuously saying things about me, putting me in situations that's going to push me, continuing to put me in, like, just like you roomed her with Candiace. Why? Why would you put two people in a room with a twin bed?
Because she was trying.
And then you got upset, and then it makes me mad that we're trying to, like, we all upset because Wendy made a threat. Okay, she threatened versus she was actually assaulted. She was assaulted. Yep. Anytime something is thrown at you, that's assault. So she was actually assaulted
twice.
All she did was threaten someone. Someone assaulted her. Do we have some compassion there?
No.
We do have compassion for Wendy.
Where has it been? Because I haven't heard no.
We're using our compassion. We're saying that she should not have acted this way. Because first of all, Wendy's not even a full-time.
So Mia shouldn't have acted this way. Mia shouldn't have came to the dinner trying to stir up mess. Mia came back to the table after she left Peter, basically giving Peter a heads up. Yeah, come on, go ahead. And you thought Peter was going to do your dirty work, but he didn't, because Peter's
Mitch. We can
Patricia,
go with Mitch.
and he wasn't gonna come in and do that. So you had to do your own dirty work. You got upset talking about she said something about your husband. You said something about Eddie first before she even said anything about your husband. Yeah. You throw the drink for what? What was the purpose of the drink being thrown? Then you get up and you walk away. You get all mad. Your friend tries to calm you down. Then you so-called calm down and you come back to the table and you continue, even though you weren't talking to Wendy, you continue to talk about Wendy to the other people at the table. Hello. And then when Wendy came back at you again, then you got upset and decided to stand up and throw your purse and do all this extra stuff. But remember, Mia, we're here for Mia. This is fun. This is a good time. We're not here for the drama. We're here to have a good time and have a good girls trip. Remember, we were supposed to be doing this trip to bring the group back together. Is that not what she told us?
That's what she said.
She did. Hold on. Let me just read what Nina Love is saying. Hold on, because this is all I'm trying to say to y'all. But thank you, Nina. There is no perfect way to respond to any kind of violence or aggression, but Wendy can't put herself on this high platform and merit the deplorable behavior she speaks so negatively of. I'm trying to tell you.
We cannot speak on that.
That's why we keep feeling like there's no compassion for Mia, because it's with an attachment. It's not just,
there's always a but.
It's not, I mean, Wendy, it's always with an attachment. This but in capital letters is the but that everybody keeps speaking of. There's always a but with something that Wendy has to do. Why is there this but? Why can't it just be Mia was wrong? She shouldn't have did it. However, Wendy responded in that moment of trauma and shock was no, but you say, but she shouldn't have XYZ'd. She shouldn't have AYX'd. She shouldn't have da-da-da-da-da. She shouldn't be deplorable. She shouldn't da-da-da-da-da. It's so bizarre. And there is no but. There's a period. It's not a comma and a but. It's not a semicolon. It's not a colon. It's not a hypothesis. It's not a hyphen. It's a period. It was wrong. However she responded is how she responded. Period.
Hashtag period.
Okay, so wait, go ahead.
Can
Smoke.
we just pay attention to the part that I'm so sorry, Smoke. Just this one thing. Let's pay attention to when Wendy started, quote unquote, acting out of character. She was provoked 300 times before she even started yelling. 300 times. The bed situation, the this. She held it together so well for so long before she yelled. The most she did was yell, made a few threats, as Mia deserved. Hashtag period.
and also, in the words of Funky Dineva, you can do wrong to a mother and tell them how to react. Period. You can. You just can't.
And also, it pissed me off as well that after all of this, then Mia goes running off crying, calling her husband, lying about what you did, about what you started.
Had to defend herself.
So you got mad because you started something and you thought they were going to back you up and finish you. Because if y'all notice, Gizelle nor Robyn jumped in that fight at all until after Mia walked off and left the table.
They were smirking.
And can we deactivate Robyn?
I want to record everything. We are on TMZ because I don't want to miss nothing. I don't want to be blamed for nothing. But then you go running behind Mia to make sure she's okay, and then you come back and say, "Oh, well, Mia's gonna go away for a few days." So you're gonna leave after you jump off a fight, assaulting someone. You assault someone, and then you get up and leave and cry and decide to leave the trip after you caused the mess.
Yeah. After you didn't have
hold on, guys. Tamara, I'm disappointed that not one of those ladies got her out if they're after an assault. I would say, come on, girl, let's go rinse you off. Thank you for the super chat. I truly appreciate that. Let me get E in the building. E, what would you like to add to this conversation?
A few points. So the fact that no one got up to assist Wendy after the quote unquote assault, that just goes to show you that
quote unquote. I'm sorry.
Wait, let her finish. Let her finish. Hold on, let's just let her finish. Go ahead.
I'll go after. She wasn't assaulted. That's
yes, you can.
Okay.
So that goes to show that the ladies felt that Wendy deserved every bit of what she got. Wow. I don't blame them. What I will say is
it's never scary.
Wow.
That is so Shaquilla Robinson.
What I will say is that, we can't. My grandmother, I'll say this. My grandmother used to say, when you roll around in the mud with pigs, then you get dirty. So when you participate in the reality TV game, because this is what Wendy did last season, she had fun targeting Mia, hurling those insults. The way that she spoke to Mia at that reunion, I'm shocked Mia didn't assault her then. Because words are weapons. We must acknowledge that. And what we have been taught and what we know is true is that verbal abuse can have longer lasting effects than physical abuse. If we already know that Mia is not as mentally swift to handle all of those comebacks that Professor Osefo can throw her way, what else can Mia do other than, okay, now we have to go to the physical, because I'm all out of words at this point. You don't get to talk to people crazy and bring up sensitive subjects like people's husbands.
So we're blaming the victim of an assault.
I didn't see any victims last night. I saw mutual combat. But what I will say,
Mutual
the
combat.
reason that,
We definitely watching different shows.
Wow.
wait a minute,
We ain't gonna do.
Does,
We ain't
does
gonna do
mutual,
that.
does
wait a minute.
mutual include being surprised by wine thrown on your face because you
Well,
had no
well,
idea you were
well,
about to come into
wait,
it?
I'm going to get to that.
Over a situation that had nothing to do with Mia.
Understood.
First of all,
I'm going to get to that. And so, what I mean by mutual combat is because we've seen instances like this
That's why
before.
Black people
We've
can't get
seen.
reparations. We need to come together as a people and call something something when it's something instead of acting like this Black woman deserved to get her ass beat for nothing except for words.
She didn't even get her ass beat.
A 50-year-old woman deserves to get something thrown at her because of words. Really? Really? Continue. I need to help me understand, E. Please
I
help
don't
me
think
understand.
anyone is saying Wendy deserved anything that happened. I personally, I look at Wendy as a queen amongst peasants, and I can forgive her reaction. I can forgive it because I understood she was hot. But once Mia walked away and then she came back, there was a cool off period. And I'm sorry, I do hold Wendy on a higher level because I look at her as being on a higher plane. Now, I can allow for her to have mistakes because I respect her. But Wendy is wise enough to intellectualize the situation. She knows Robyn and Gizelle does not like her. She knows that she is alone.
Wait, let us speak,
Candiace
guys.
wasn't there.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Let us speak. Go ahead.
Oh my God.
She knows that she is alone. If you don't hear me, hear that I do support Wendy. Okay.
But let me finish my point because I don't support Wendy, and I want to
Well,
finish.
clearly, we understand that.
And I want to.
Okay, so hold on, guys. Let's do a timeout. We got to do a timeout. Let's do a timeout real quick, and then I'm gonna come back. I'll let East finish, and then I'm gonna go to 4 degrees. Here's the thing, right? This is what we gotta agree on to disagree, right? We're not all gonna have the same opinion, and that's fine. We all see this thing differently, and that's fine. And let's just hear the person's other side. And then when you go, you say your side and your reasoning. This is the only thing I want to say is I feel like once we agree with someone, we're going to be 10 toes down to that and not even acknowledge the wrong parts that that person has done. This whole situation was wrong, but it's not like, oh, it's just Mia who was wrong. Whitney played a role in this being wrong also.
Exactly.
And there was a cooling off period. When Mia got up and left, Whitney could have said, you know what, I'm out too. And so when security had to remind Wendy of who she was, saying, look, you a queen, girl. You letting this chick right here break you down? And she still didn't get it? I don't care what anybody says. You can be human. There's some people, because they was human in situations, now they behind bars doing life.
Yes.
So my thing is that you always have a right. You can always talk about how you justify for the way you responded in a situation, but your level of emotional intellect should tell you in certain situations, even though that person went there and they went low, I'm not about to go low with them.
Did she hit her?
Wait, let me just add this. Even on our jobs, there may be things that happen and somebody might have wilded out. You don't sit there and wild out with them. And let me tell you, people that have, they're jobless. They're on the unemployment line. So what I'm saying to y'all is there's tons of situations where you would be justified, you would be right if you broke down and took it low like the person who was coming at you. There's a clear understanding here. Mia was dead wrong, right? And Wendy handled it well. It was at the point, that aftermath, after the drink went on her and Mia left and came back, Wendy could have bowed out because you already bowed out on the first major part. The major part was the Drake getting in your face, and you handled that like a queen. The rest of that, you already knew Mia's standpoint. Once you know somebody is gutter low, Why would you stay there? If you argue with a fool, you know what they tell you? Now there's two fools in the building, you and that other person. So Wendy got gutter low with Mia, and she owns a piece of this debacle. And I'm not saying this part that I'm talking about personally. I'm not talking about what people in the cast are doing. I'm not doing this via a color thing, a light skin versus dark skin.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a situation that says you got two individuals. And like the Don said, okay, they're all educated. So you're educated and you're acting, in my opinion, like the common street fool, where you know cameras are rolling. You ain't going to catch me with my slip down. And I know the cameras are rolling.
Yes.
If I was strong enough to survive you throwing that drink in my face, then I'm out.
Diva,
This
can you
kinda
tell me the
sounds
part
like-
where
No,
Wendy
let me.
hit
I didn't get
Mia?
to finish my
When
point.
did Wendy
Okay, wait,
put her
hold
hands
on,
on
guys.
anybody?
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna come around. Let E finish. I'm gonna go to 4 degrees and then I'll come around to everybody. Go ahead,
Okay.
E. Finish what you were saying.
Yes, because I was going to get into that point about how this is why so many people end up in jail over something that started so small, because they feel like they have to go there. The way that she responded, she gets an A for education, an F for social skills. The way that Mia walked off crying and calling her husband and trying to get the next flight out, well, that's what Wendy should have done. That is how you play the game. Someone said earlier, what was Wendy supposed to do? Just sit there and take it? Well, no, she was supposed to get on the phone and call HR. She was supposed to get on the phone and she was supposed to call the police. You can't be the victim and the aggressor at the same time. Now she has her job now, but let's say one of the donors to the university sees this and say, you know what, I'll give my donation, but I don't like that professor. I don't think that professor should be in the classroom. It's somebody said, well, this rule only applies to Black people. Well, when Black people start owning universities and employing doctors and signing people's paychecks, then we can write the contracts. Then we can write the morality clause. In this instance, she has to answer to somebody. So that big that she tried to throw at Mia, oh, you look at the CEO. Well, Mia doesn't have to answer to the board of Johns Hopkins University. That's you, Dr. Wendy. And also,
she does have to answer to a board. And
well,
that's
the
why
last
they
thing,
came and took her business. That's why her and her. That's why she had to send
And
that
Mia
down.
not being
wait a minute,
At Johns Hopkins.
they did not. But they did. Well, wait just a moment. But they did not have to flash Mia's business. Wait a minute. They didn't have to flash Mia's business at the screen and give a disclaimer that they are not affiliated with the show. They had to do that with.
business though.
Well, that's not what somebody just said. Somebody just said that Mia does have businesses and she does have a board to answer to.
She was a CEO and she has a board to answer to.
But I want to conclude with this because, these two separate lives that Wendy wants to do. Listen, when Kenya pulled out Kim Fields' chair on the Housewives, Kim Fields was a class act. She got up, she walked away, and Kenya had to apologize. She looked bad. Wendy didn't give us an opportunity to feel bad and cry because she wanted to handle it on her own. You see, even the security is trying to tell you, just relax. Let Mia play herself. She didn't let Mia play herself because she wanted to get down and dirty too.
Then I would say she was scared of Mia and she didn't respond and
defend
herself.
What people, that's the Black mentality. Oh, you're scared? She's a doctor. You have 4 degrees and you let somebody with a
she's a human doctor.
Can I
you
say
have
something,
4
please?
degrees and you let someone with a degree of massage therapy get you out of character on television. So really, who's the doctor here?
Can I say something, please?
Yes, you can, Don. Give me a minute. Derby Diva Empowerment, thank you again for the super chat. Okay, wasn't that the same as Shaquilla gain up?
That's what I just said.
Come on now.
I know y'all saying that, but there is a difference, right?
What's the difference?
Okay, hold on, guys. Okay, hold on, guys. Wait, hold on 1 second, Kurz. We're all very emotionally charged. I appreciate all the great conversation. Give me 1 minute. Let's just hear what the Don has to say. I get it. Y'all not connected with me. You know I still love y'all, and it's okay.
We love you too, Diva. We love you.
But hold on 1 second. The Don, yes, go ahead, talk to me.
I sat back and I listened to the reasoning for the last young lady, what she said about what Wendy's reaction to Mia and what she should have done because of what Wendy said and what Mia did. Now, I wonder if you would have that same reaction to a woman talking back or saying something crazy to a man, and then the man hitting her.
I would.
Come on now.
Will that be the same? So that would be your same reaction? She deserved it.
I don't believe in women getting in men's face, pointing your finger, throwing anything. I feel like, listen, when you get in someone's face and you start talking
not getting in someone's face, not getting in someone's face.
Okay,
if a woman just said something, I'm not cooking you dinner tonight, and she just yelled at a man, she yelled at her husband, and he hit her, or he threw something at her. That's justified.
Yeah.
If a woman has thrown something at a man, if a man has, you're saying that if a woman throws insults at a man and he responds physically, would I think the same way? Yes, because I think words can be weapons. It doesn't. It's not about gender. It's not about color. Listen, stop attacking people because you don't know where people are mentally. I've been to Baltimore. I've been to Miami. You talk to anybody. These people are not friends. These are not your friends. These are your co-workers. Stop talking to people. Stop talking about people's husbands because you don't know how somebody is going to respond. And I watched that.
She talk about her husband.
She said
okay, so time out, guys. Hold on 1 second, guys. Shan, I'll let you speak. Let me just read this. Sheila, thank you so much. Diva has a point. Unfortunately, people are not understanding that a person's livelihood should always be a factor in how his situation is handled. Come on, Sheila.
Thank you, Sheila.
I think a person's principles and morals.
Go ahead, Curves.
I think a person's principles and morals should far outweigh any monetary factor.
Thank you.
Not to mention, this is really weird. So, okay, we already did the Shaquilla Robinson, rest in peace thing, but how about this? So, when a Black person is walking, minding their own business, and a police officer comes out of nowhere and says, "Hey, you stop." And the guy gets scared and they say he was resisting arrest, but all we saw in the video was his hands up, and now he's dead on the ground, and everybody's saying he should have complied. He should have complied. He should have complied. But the video that we saw showed a version of complying, but everybody else is like, well, you should just listen to the police then. That's what y'all
No. Hold on, Carl. Hold on, Carl. Where did Wendy comply in this situation? Where did she comply? Wendy got into antagonizing too. Come on, we got to be real with it.
No, because one has a gun and one had words.
Thank you.
So
Thank you, Shan.
the weapon that Mia chose to engage was, it was water. You guys are, it was just a drink in my face. Let somebody throw something in your face, and then you come back and tell me it was just something in your face. Okay.
Well, no, I'm going to fight, or I'm going to call the police. Like I just,
you're gonna fight. Interesting.
Yeah, it's really,
but you just made it sound like you wasn't gonna fight though, sweetie.
Exactly.
No, just a moment. I don't have 4 degrees. I'm not on television.
It doesn't matter. You're a person.
No, it does matter. It does. Well, tell the people that
listen.
If it doesn't matter, tell them.
Hold
on 1 second. I want to be able to hear everybody. Listen, I don't agree with everything that Nene has done, but she has thrown out some gems that can be, utilized. And literally what she said when Portia told her, "Oh, you don't do XYZ," she wasn't dumb enough to do it on camera. So I'm just saying that you did. What Wendy said was on camera. What she did was on camera. And I'm just telling you, it does matter. So I can agree all day long. Listen, Mia was wrong. Yes, we're all human. We all get triggered. And let me tell you, I have friends that are NYPD. And you know what they told me to tell my kid and tell anybody in my family? They said, listen, it's always better for you to fight a battle alive versus having your family fight the battle with you while they're burying you 6 feet under. So all I'm saying is there's plenty of situations where people get stopped. And they are dead right. And yes, you have rights that the cops they can't ask for this. You can ask for a supervisor. You can ask for this. It's better in that moment to go ahead and comply, whether you feel you was right or wrong, and get back home alive to your family than to want to push around and say about your rights, this, that, and the other. So there's plenty of situations where we have the right and we may be in the right, and nobody will fault you for coming back at somebody. All I'm saying is Wendy had opportunity. And when there's opportunity in any situation for you to walk away, just like if a robber comes in your house and they start to run away, you can no longer do the pow pow if you have one, because they are running away. So even though they initially came in your house and now they're running and you still want to pow pow them, you're going to be in trouble because they was running away. So all I'm saying is with Wendy's situation, I get it. I get it. Mia's a mess. She's struggling. She's this, she's that, she's the other.
So Wendy remaining seated wasn't a version of running away?
I saw Mia get up. I saw Wendy get up at the end. The security had to hold her back and getting in.
Wendy got back in her seat more times than Mia and stayed there.
Yeah.
She got up instead of walking away and calling HR and calling the police. If she felt threatened and she was
police. That sounds crazy.
Just keeps getting moved backwards and backwards.
Can I ask this? Let me ask this real quick.
Did Wendy put her hands on anybody? Did Wendy throw a drink at anybody? Yes or
well,
no?
according to Karen says she got bopped and chopped or whatever, and it was by Wendy.
Can I ask
she got whiplash, she got hit in the back, according to Karen. But go ahead.
Let me ask you this.
She invaded Karen's personal space.
When did she invade her personal space?
Oh, come on now.
If you don't like Wendy, just say I don't like Wendy.
I think we should just get the list of everything.
May I please comment?
So we can check
yes,
out.
go ahead, Sebastian. Sebastian de Royer, I'm coming to you. Go ahead, Sebastian.
Okay.
Can I go after them?
First, I want to address what Royer said about when are we going to hold white people accountable the same way we're trying to hold Wendy accountable. We have to acknowledge that there's a reason we are called a minority. We don't have the power as the majority. The majority has more power than us. Yes, in the future, we may, depending on how birth rates fall, we may have the majority, but we don't have that. We don't have that currently. They control.
So we should just continue to sit back and follow whatever anybody tells us.
I'm not
to
saying
do
we
and
just sit back and continue. Well, then have more babies. Have more babies.
Have more babies.
Have more babies. Then
so
we could be there.
Let me ask Sebastian and E this. Okay.
So I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet.
And Diva too, because Diva, you seem to be on their train. So
I'm not done.
Wait, hold. Roy, give me 1 second. Let Sebastian finish. And yes, I'm on the train with Sebastian and yes, and E partially. Yes, I am. But go ahead. Go ahead, Sebastian. Finish.
What she did last night. Once she said that I am the youngest professor at Johns Hopkins University. I am the only Black woman at my school in Johns Hopkins University. That's where she effed up. That's why the disclaimer had to go there, because she's not the youngest one and she's not the only Black woman there. I'm saying Wendy, she could have. I'm not saying she didn't act classy or not. She acted in a way to defend herself. I agree. She did try to defend herself. But the thing is, defending yourself or defending what brings money to your table.
Yes.
Your kids.
I say do both.
There's a different
Thank you, Mel.
Do both.
There's a different thing you have to always remind yourself. Your kids.
If Wendy had did what you are suggesting, just sit at the table, walk away, or go to HR, they would constantly keep picking at her and doing the same thing over and over and over and
They're gonna
over.
pick at her anyway.
I'll let y'all finish. They'll be keep picking at her over and over. So I thought she did what she needed to do. This is my boundary. This is where y'all will not cross it. If you do, we will have words, and that will be that. So this whole thing where we have to be superhuman, we have to be impervious to words. People can just chuck a shoe, unleash dogs at us, throw water at us. We should just be turn the other cheek. Just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. Take the high road. I'm sorry, I'm not Michelle Obama. You come for me, I'm going straight to hell with you. And that's just the bottom line of it.
Well,
Period.
then when you go straight to hell with the
Well
person, you're
said,
supposed to
Smoke. Well
rise back to the
said.
Can I
top.
say
You don't
something?
let the person leave you in hell.
She did rise to the top because she was
No,
there
she did
laughing
not.
and cackling.
No,
Robyn
she
left.
did not.
She got
But then
Gizelle
at the
together,
end of the
and
day,
then
we
she
saw a
walked off. She said,
disclaimer
"If I
about
see her,
God.
I'm a drag her," and
When
rightfully
did
so
you say new
because
job?
she was physically assaulted at that table.
Who
Period.
had a disclaimer
Twice.
at the end? Who was the
Okay,
one who had a disclaimer at
hold
the
on one
end?
second. Hold on one second, guys.
She was assaulted there on TV. We all saw it on camera. Well, some
Okay,
of us did.
hold
Some
on
of
one
us did.
second, guys.
Some
Hold
of
on one
us
second,
did,
guys.
right?
Well, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
shade.
Hi, Vibe. Thank you for the super chat. Too much turn the other cheek on this one. Wendy was set up. She had nothing left to do but defend herself. How does that make her an antagonistic?
Okay.
She was okay. Listen, two things can be true. She was at the point antagonizing Mia at a certain point, right?
Exactly.
When she just wouldn't let it go.
Exactly.
She was like, she told Mia, come on, guys,
You know what, everybody? I think I might have to jump in. I might have to jump in.
Okay, hold on, guys. Go ahead, Mel. Say what you want to say.
I might have to jump in because I want to say this first off. I want to say I love the conversation. I'm going to try to not get too deep into what y'all saying because we're probably up for 3 hours, but I'm loving everybody's point of view. I want to say this for me. We live in a world where the kings and queens of England doing the most and craziness over there. We live in a world in this country where the president who do the most sacred job, the last one was a lunatic. So I'm trying to say for me, she's a black woman who has done a lot of wonderful things in her life. That doesn't mean that she can't have a human experience. If somebody attacked her, if she was when I watched that show last night, I saw a woman, a beautiful black woman sitting at the table minding her business. And then she was attacked by this lunatic, basically come over there trying to get in her business that had nothing to do with her. So when she reacted to her with her mouth, the woman decided to throw something at her. Now I want to say this too about Mia. Every time she can't read somebody, she throws something.
Yeah.
So when she decided to go after Candiace last year, she couldn't take the fire, so she started throwing the salad at her. She couldn't take the heat from Miss Wendy last night, so now she decided she wanted to throw things at her. So I think for me, we have to realize that the only person aggressive and dangerous and violent at the table should not have any excuses for her. This woman is an elegant woman.
We're not having excuses.
She's a refined woman, and I think that she did the best she could. And I don't think she lost anything by saying to the producers that she was very upset and mad. She did not touch anybody. She just used her words. I don't think that because she's very learned and she's in school a long time and she's a college professor, doesn't mean she's not going to have reaction. Listen, we live in a world where people have very important jobs and have reactions. She didn't commit any crimes. That's the thing that I'm proud about with Miss Wendy. If Miss Wendy's watching this, you get a pat on the back from me. You didn't commit any crimes. You kept your composure. You had dignity, and you allowed the woman to know that you were really angry because you were disrespected and humiliated on national television.
I agree with you, Mel.
You were
I agree with
humiliated.
you, Mel.
I'm sorry, Sebastian. You know how we talk.
I agree with you, Mel, but
Sebastian, you were humiliated on national television by another black woman, by your sister, in the times that we live in. That was disgusting, Mia. You were absolutely out of your mind.
I agree with you, Mel, but one thing she did violate, she violated a code of conduct because there was no reason to put a disclaimer there. She did not violate anything.
Well, now, Sebastian, I want to revert back to you, honey. I want to say this. So the code of conduct is debatable because it seems that the people are saying on YouTube streets and around that they don't know if that came from Bravo or came from the organization. And it felt like it was a thing that they were just trying to put out there in my way to sort of put a scarlet letter on Miss Wendy. I want to know more
about everything else and everybody else.
So
in
Wendy
the history, there's never been that.
She didn't do anything that she should feel ashamed for.
She should have never invoked the name of the university.
No. I think, you know what? Can I say this? I think that she can invoke any name she wants to.
Well, then you got to deal with the consequences when you invoke said names.
Wait a minute. So I don't think we have consequences yet. So I think that for me, she can do whatever she wants. As I said when I first contacted you, there's been presidents of this United States who've done the most, who have committed all this kind of crimes. I'm not going to put this on this black woman. I'm going to say, honey, you did your job, you did it well, and you can tell everybody you want to about your accomplishments. That does not mean that they can throw something in your face. If they do it, you can get up and be a human being about it. That's what I'm going to tell you.
So I'm gonna just say this. We're gonna have to agree to disagree, or we'll be here to Friday. We'll be here to Thanksgiving, okay? Burning turkeys and all of that. We'll be here that long. I just want to say this. you do have a responsibility when you work for these jobs to not utilize their name when you going out and doing your own personal stuff. That's part of the contract. Don't be saying, you cannot say, I'm gonna just use the Gap for instance, okay? If I'm going and speaking to young kids and I didn't get the Gap's approval, I can't just be saying, oh, the Gap, because then it's going to seem like I'm appearing in what I'm speaking about is under the organization of the Gap's name. So when she utilized it, we got to keep this 100,
but
y'all.
it's her job.
I get it. Well, no, hold on one second. I get it. You want to be Team Wendy, but we can't be out here spewing stuff that ain't the truth and that's not a fact. You cannot right now. That's why nobody on YouTube, if they have their channel, they're not mentioning if they still work in their job's name. Because at that point, when you're utilizing your job's name, some of the views and everything can be indirectly connected to that job. So come on, Sebastian. Thank you for spitting out the facts there. She messed up when she wanted to say in that particular moment, well, I'm a John Hopkins and this, that, and the other. You are now connecting that school to your shenanigans or to the shenanigans that is going on at that dinner table.
Okay, so
and let's be clear. Wait, let me finish, Mel. I'm gonna let you jump back in. Let's be clear. That is a very, very prestigious school. Yes. I don't care if the person that did this was black, white, yellow, orange, green, yellow, whatever. Okay. At the end of the day, no matter what color the person was, that was out of pocket, out of line, and it was wrong. Okay, so and come on now, that's it. Wait, who said it? Come on. I wish she never mentioned John Hopkins, period, either. That's what I'm trying to tell you. She mentioned so wait, I'm gonna let you back in, Mel. Give me a second. Give me 1 second, Mel. I'm gonna let you back in. Give me 1 second. So all I'm saying is, when we break these things down, we gotta keep it 100. And you can stick to your team all day long. I won't be mad at you, but I'm gonna throw the little nuggets of facts that I know in there. And all I'm saying is this. In every situation, even if it was one of us, I have told my girlfriends in situations, let it go. Let them get that one off. You bigger than that. We're not wasting our time here. You got too much to lose. And that person ain't got nothing to lose. I don't care if you're embarrassed. I don't care what the situation is. We're bowing out. Let them keep running their mouth. Get in the car. I have done that plenty of times. Just the other day, and I'll let you back in, Mel. Somebody is crackling. Can you just do me a favor and mute until I come to you? I was in the darn Costco the other day. I forgot that this week was Thanksgiving, and that Costco was bananas on Saturday. And when I say bananas, it was bananas. Yes. You turn down the aisle, you bumping into people. I couldn't even navigate my cart around that darn store. So I'm just minding my business. When I go shopping and stuff, I don't really, I don't care how long the line is. I just anticipate I'm going to wait. Okay. I'll put my music in my ears or whatever. I'm navigating down the aisles. When I came out of one aisle, I didn't even realize it. I came in the midst of a line, and the line was self-checkout. Well, this chick right here, I don't do self-checkout anyway, because listen, unless you're about to give me a W-2 at the end of the year, I'm going to the line with the cashier, and she going or he going to ring up my stuff, because I'm not doing that nonsense. I refuse, okay? So I run into the self-checkout line. The guy that works in the store, he's sweeping the floor. He's blacking out on me. I didn't even realize what he was talking about. He was like, the line is back there. The line is back there. And I'm looking at him like, who are you talking to, right? And then the woman behind me was like, yeah, you skipping the line. I said, first of all, y'all should have asked me. I wasn't even getting in the line because I didn't finish shopping yet. I'm trying to navigate and turn down the aisles. I mean, this store is jam-packed. How do you know, like, how can you go in and out these lines here? And I told the worker in the nicest way I could possible, because I could have went off, right? I said to him, you work here and you look like me. And instead of accusing me of being and trying to cut a line, even if I really was cutting a line, you should have just said to me, excuse me, miss, do you realize this is the line, blah, 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 and the line starts back there. And then I looked at that customer and I said, you're stupid too, because I'm not trying to cut the line. I'm still shopping for my food. All I'm saying is, and I could have did that. I could have handled that thing a whole different way. And then I went to the manager and I said, yo, check the guy sweeping the floor. Check the guy sweeping the floor, because I said I could have blacked out on him, but I didn't, because he's accusing me of trying to get in the line. And I told the manager too, I don't do self-checkout, okay? And that's the line he was accusing me of trying to cut. And all I'm saying is, Wendy had every right to lose her natural mind on Mia. Okay, I'm not excusing Mia being dead wrong. Exactly. All I'm saying is, too much is given, right? Much is required. So when you have studied, I'm gonna let you back in, Mel. So when you have studied to get 4 degrees, and you still paying those student loans, and you're working for a lot of great places that people can't even get into, right? CNN. MSNBC, whatever that is, in John Hopkins, and you said you're a professor, and you want to sit there and you want to correct people how they write text, but you don't know how to keep your cool. Right. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead, Mel.
So the thing I wanted to say is, to me, what happened to her was the equivalent of her being on stage, giving a beautiful speech, and somebody come up there just slapping and attacking her. I feel like if she was shocked, and I think she was, and stunned and totally humiliated and whatever, the reaction she had, I'm giving to her. I'm giving her grace. As I said many times, I've seen other people not as beautiful and lovely as her react with more power than she did. She was totally shocked. She didn't go to that table thinking this woman's going to go crazy on her and get in her business, stuff like that. This is what happened. I think that when she was at the table, she was a professor. She was sitting there minding her business, making faces until they directly approached her. Then you had a whole group of girls basically attack her with phones and comments and physically assaulting her. She was under attack. And I think that whatever reaction she had, short of literally grabbing everybody and physically hurting people, was, in my opinion, the appropriate reaction, in my opinion.
Why didn't she run away then if she was being attacked? Why didn't she leave?
Well, why didn't the attackers leave? She should not. I'm sorry, who said that? For me, I think that, so I'll say this to you, ma'am. I think that for me, if in my world, if you are deranged and you're out of your mind, you should be removed. I should not be removed if I'm being under attack by somebody who's out of their mind.
But it's not me. Listen though, and I respect you, Mel. I adore you. I've seen you on other panels. I know this is a fair back. I understand that. I adore you though, but I just want you to know I'm coming from a place of respect. But when I say that, if she was being attacked and no one was coming to her defense, and yes, even if, I'm not saying that Mia had every right to hit her. I'm saying this is a mutual exchange. And so what I'm saying is, if no one is coming to your defense and Mia's not being removed and Mia keeps coming back to the table, why are you still there?
You know what? I would just tell you this, and I thank you for the compliments. I'll just say, as I said just now, I feel strongly that Mia was the one that was deranged. And I don't think if I'm being attacked by some crazy lunatic that I'm going to be moving from that table. I'm going to wait until the people remove her. If I'm enjoying myself, why should I be penalized and punished because somebody went crazy on me? So I think in that way, I'm sorry, I'm just going to, that's what I feel. I just feel like she made I'm not going to change. I think she made the appropriate decision. If I'm there, I'm staying there until the lunatic is out of this restaurant, in my opinion.
And I respect that.
You know what? I guess, let me just say this really quickly, and I guess I can appreciate even more how Chris Rock handled the slap in front of the world. That's all I gotta say with that.
Amen.
And Wendy didn't get slapped, and I'm not minimizing the water in her face or the drink in her face.
But Diva, it sounds like you are. It sounds like you are, Diva.
How Chris Rock handled this situation. Allie said if Wendy is using their name, it's because she has permission. Allie, I don't think that's necessary.
She's been on the show though.
But let me just say this really quickly. I'm gonna let you speak. Give me a minute, Shan. Let me just say this really quickly. Every time she's mentioned it before on the show, it hasn't been in such a negative way.
She's been in arguments before where she's brought up 4 degrees, Dr. Wendy Osefo, John Hopkins. She has done that. Yes, she has. She has definitely. Get on your Xfinity and watch it again from season 5 when Wendy started on the show with Sebastian, because she has.
Never an argument when she was in argument.
Yes, she has.
Prestigious University. That's what I recall her saying.
No, she did not.
No, she said Hopkins.
John Hopkins University. She said the full name.
People like you call me doctor.
Right.
I think she said it in that.
She said it to Ashley, the person whose picture is on your profile. How you don't know that?
Oh.
But
listen,
after Chris Rock
said
slapped,
he
a
said
lot of people had
prestigious
sympathy for him.
university.
I'm gonna need you to pick your face up.
She said prestigious university. I'm gonna need
She
you to
said
get
Johns Hopkins University, and people like you call me Dr. Wendy. Those are her exact words when they were on the first cast trip on season 5.
Yeah.
I don't need to pull receipts because my receipts are up here. Maybe you need a refresher. But
My
that's okay.
receipts are in Ashley's brain, okay? And
Your receipts are dead, delayed, and deactivated. You need to like get them started up again, Sebastian. I need you to do better.
All right, so listen, guys, because it's 2 hours, we're never going to come to a happy medium here. I had a great time chatting with y'all. We're full house because somebody asked me about dropping the link, but we full house. I can only have 10 people on the panel, and we got 10.
I'll go
Oh
down.
no, we about to. I'm closing out, babe, so you don't have to. We about to go around. Wait, yes, go ahead, Shan.
I just want to say, like, after Chris Rock was slapped, a lot of people had sympathy for him. Nobody was up in his face like, ha, you deserve the slap because you antagonized the people and this and this and this. Nobody was, antagonizing him after, putting a phone in his face, doing all this extra stuff, pushing him, running up in his face. He was slapped. The man sat back down in his chair. So that's different.
Okay, so Ali, thank you for the super chat. I have a legal background in deal and contract law. JHU runs a tight ship. They gave her permission. So Ali, let's just do this. Listen, I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. I can give you permission to maybe use my name, and I don't think that was. I can't. I'm not going to go 10 toes down on that yet. But it's perhaps so. But I don't think we're giving you that permission. I'm sure they said use our name in a positive light. So even if they did get permission, I'm sure they didn't want their name used around negativity. Johns Hopkins is so freaking prestigious. It's so hard to even get in that university, let alone work in that university. I know that they don't want their name dragged down in the mud. And to your point, Smoke, if she has said their name before and you said in arguments and all that, what's the difference all of a sudden now? Why would they put that statement on there? So you think Bravo would? So that would have to say
I don't
that
think
Bravo
that was John. I think that was Bravo that put that there to make it seem like a situation.
Bravo.
To me, I felt like it was a Bravo thing and not a Johns Hopkins, because they probably would have. They won't even correlate with a show. They would just put out an official statement from the actual university. That has not happened. So
Fifi,
we don't even know.
Hold on one second. Yeah. Fifi, I appreciate what you're saying, and I can roll with that. I can roll with that. Time will tell, right? And so we're going to let time tell what actually happens with this. But even without time telling, I'm going to tell you this for a fact. What she did still was detrimental to her jobs. We can agree to disagree, because here's the thing. Now, being a professor and being a professor that looks like her is not easy. And so now you're going to have a student that, they could perhaps really be getting a darn F, or maybe a D, or maybe a C. They're going to come with some shenanigans to the dean, okay, and be like, ba, 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 and they're going to connect with her energy on this show. That's all I'm saying to y'all. And it is what it is, and what it is, and we just have to agree to disagree. That we're not on the same page in this situation. But I love y'all. But I'm gonna go around for the closeout because I got to come back tomorrow with Love and Marriage Huntsville. So 60 seconds, everybody. 60 seconds. Well, hold on. I'm coming to everybody. So give me a minute. After I saw the disclaimer last night, I knew there was a problem. Diane, well, girlfriend, where you been? Thank you, and I love you. I went to the JHU website and could not find her name in the faculty directory. I think she was fired. Listen, Diane.
Oh no,
Diva, I really sent a link in the private chat with her still on the faculty.
She's on there.
She's on there.
She's on there. Okay. Yeah. I didn't say Diane was right. I just read what Diane wrote. That's all. Okay.
Because you're like, oh, you see. Come on now, Diva.
Don't do that. 60 seconds. 60 seconds, everybody. E, you're on. 60 seconds. The clock is ticking.
So here's the thing. Listen, I think this was a good debate. However, this is the thing. If nobody likes you at your job and it's so emotionally unbearable, you're getting attacked, go find a new job, get off television, go do something else. Wendy, go to another television show. I mean, it's not that serious. These girls will never like you. You'll never be a part of the group. Just leave and save your sanity. Do something else. And that's all I have to say. Thank you, Diva.
Thank you. And Rosin done drop you down to 20 seconds. She done drop you down to 20 seconds. I ain't mad at you, Rosin. Okay, I'm tired too. Wait, who? Because the name, okay, Emmanuel, look at the CEO. What are your final words?
All right. So I think what we all witnessed last night was somebody get attacked for no reason. And I don't care if she works in the White House. You know what runs through her veins? Blood, because she's a human being. And I think she won. She won because she could have knocked her teeth down, but she did. She didn't say what the comment about I'm going to F her in the house until after everything was over with. And then after Mia lunged at her and threw a purse at her and threw a drink at her. And a lot of people are, saying that, oh, it was just a drink. What if that drink the glass would have broken and it would have hit her eye? What would have happened then? So, and I don't know what's more disgusting, the fact that Mia threw the drink or Robyn and Gizelle's reaction. For them, the first thing to do, you're going to get up and go comfort the person that just perpetrated the crime? Really?
Well, we know, we already knew, obviously, from Robyn's behavior and everything, right? We already knew she was in team Wendy. So even when Wendy made the point to them about y'all hypocrites, they just sat there because what could they say? But Emmanuel, thank you for your final words. Shan, your final words?
Hashtag, when you're attacked and bullied, you have a right to stand up to the bullies. Hashtag, Wendy's still a queen. Hashtag, good show, Diva.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you. Okay, they want a part 2 because we need to talk about Mia, Gizelle, and Robyn. I'm sorry, it seemed like the focus is on Wendy. I apologize for that, y'all.
Robyn.
Deactivate Robyn. But let me tell you a quick update. The Chrisleys, the husband got 12 years and the wife got 7.
Yeah,
Good God Almighty!
Wow.
Good God Almighty, like that. And I used to watch that show all the time. I mean, talking about rich, uber rich. Well, uber rich off of other people's money, but
exactly. They ain't never been no good.
Yeah, like whoa. Curves. I actually thought they was gonna get more, so that's not that bad. But how old is the dad?
50?
He's 50? Oh, I thought he was older. Okay, he's 50.
He's in his 50s.
He's in his 50s, so maybe 70, 60 something. Oh, that's just nasty. Wow. Okay. Curves, go ahead. And the wife is going down 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I don't think that any of these ladies' contracts say that fighting is required. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that they know that fighting is frowned upon after what happened with old girl and after the disclaimer that, Bravo put out last time. Speaking of disclaimer, this is the first time that a disclaimer has ever been put out about any participant's job. That was a highlight. But in talking about it earlier, we kind of felt like after last year's reunion, they may have been like, oh, let's add this disclaimer. I don't think that she mentioned it before this episode, season 7. So that might be the first time that we're seeing it this season because they thought of it after the reunion last time, maybe. But she's still on the register. She still has a job. I don't think we really need to be concerned with that and more concerned with keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself. But how I respond after you do something to me as the attacker, which I put all the definitions for us in the comments, by the way. After I get attacked, you don't have a right to try to meter my response. You don't have any rights to try to make me confine my responses to what you would have done because we're two different people in this world. So I just feel like we're not giving her any room to maneuver in this situation while appending Mia's like she's supposed to consider Mia's mental deficiency in her actions. No, you get what you get because you just did what you did. One other thing, Rob the Builder needs a new tool belt. I think that World Star Production is not a good tool for her. It could be why Juan hasn't wifeyed up, but you know, I heard that Robyn did something where she turned off comments or something like that on stuff, but she also had Page 6 report that they finally got a marriage license, you guys, today. They finally got a marriage license reported on Page 6 today. And I feel like it's to kind of like balance out all of this evil, ugly. She literally got up and pounded her chest like she was King Kong last night. And I mean, that wasn't a great look. I think she really needs to go sit down. And Gizelle, she's just as Gizelle, but I feel like we just need more grace for humans, especially Black women need to be allowed to be broken and be consoled and be cared for in that moment. We're going to see next week where everybody's like trying to just get camera time with Wendy, pretending like they gave 2 Fs, but nobody in real time gave 2 Fs about Wendy. And that hurt my heart. It was too triggering right after Shaquella Robinson video. It was very triggering listening to Robyn say, "Oh, you're not going to fight back?" It took me exactly back to that video of Shaquella. It was disgusting, triggered. And for more people to not be enraged and incensed that a Black woman, well, it has to be strong for everybody while she's being attacked. No, you be strong for you, I'll be strong for me, and then we part ways. But I'm not responsible for you. And you guys need to have more grace for Wendy. This is gross.
Right.
Curves, I just love what you said, and I'm going to kind of piggyback on that. We're always talking about having grace and, you know, looking out for people. Where was the grace for Wendy? Where was the compassion? Who was going to check on Wendy? Who was going to clean Wendy up after a drink was thrown on her? Who was going to make sure that she didn't have any cuts on her or anything after a purse was thrown at her? Who was going to check on Wendy? When was that going to happen? Nobody was a friend to Wendy. And I totally disagree with what Gizelle was saying, but like Gizelle said, pick a side. Either you're going to be on Wendy's side or you're going to be on whose side you're going to be on, Karen, because Karen, I don't feel like you were supportive either. You were saying, well, you know, Mia was completely wrong, but Wendy, you were going back and forth with her. Mia started this whole thing before we got to the dinner table. Absolutely. Before.
That part.
So I'm confused on where the compassion is for Wendy. I'm confused on why everybody is so upset at Wendy saying that if she's there when I get back to the house, I'm going to F her up. But she wasn't there. Mia was already gone. But it was okay. Well, y'all saying it's not okay, but, you know, people are justifying, you know, Mia being upset and having a broken nail and, you know, she needs to go home and, you know, we're okay with what Mia did, but Wendy I just didn't feel the compassion for Wendy other than on social media when people were showing her love on Twitter and Instagram, which I'm glad that she did get that, because as far as the cast, I don't feel like there was any compassion. Bravo didn't show any compassion. It's terrible that a security guard had to step in and hold Wendy and say, you are better than this. Where was the friend? Even though Ashley said, I agree, but where were you? Even though Karen said, I agree, where were you? Even Jacqueline didn't agree with Mia all the way, but at least she was good enough to be there and be that friend to Mia. Nobody was there for Wendy. Nobody.
And she handled it well, all on her own.
But outside of this incident, who there was Mia friend to begin with?
Everyone. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interject, but I want to point out one scene we are absolutely missing. Charrisse was the first snipe, and Wendy caught it real fast. Charrisse said, "Oh, Wendy told me that you da 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 da," and so Robyn was like, "Oh, don't let anybody twist your words, Mia. Don't let anybody twist your words." And Wendy said, "Mia, that is not what I said. You just told me that you understand why Karen doesn't like Charrisse." So they got on Mia and said, "Oh, no, she didn't." So I can see where the chips are stacked as far as loyalty. Mia is not a main character at all. At all. But when it comes to ganging up on specific people, that's when they align with each other. Because as soon as they found out what Mia said, they stopped attacking Wendy and they went directly to Mia. I'm just saying.
Here's the thing, though. I hear you. We touched on that earlier, but it's okay. But the thing is, really, let's be clear. Who going on the trip? Wendy said it herself to her husband.
Right.
That the chicks don't like her. So who at that table was her friend? She didn't have none. She had none.
I would do it for a check. That's my job. That's my part-time gig.
Right.
I'm going.
So, but what I'm saying is, if you know you're going in there and you're doing it for a check, then you gotta be a little bit stronger, because you walking into the lion's den knowing that nobody there is really your friend. But that's why. Let me tell you this personally, and I don't know if everybody watched both shows, but on Love and Marriage Huntsville, and I'm not saying she was right. Destiny brought her cousin to the dinner at Stormy's house. Why? Because she knows she ain't have no other alliance that was going to be there. And she wanted to at least have somebody, if those chicks came for her, to have her back. Wendy literally went down there solo.
And she handled it well on her own.
She did not.
Her job is to be we discussed that she's already being iced out. So if you are being iced out and you already know you're in danger from being iced out, you're gonna be wherever you gotta be when you can be there. So that's just my personal opinion. And secondly, when certain things were said, we have to remember the climate of the group. They're coming for Chris about SA. I don't want to get you in trouble. They're coming for Chris about SA. So as soon as Mia said, you should have checked in, I think Wendy's intellect told her to specifically say, I don't check in with anyone except for my husband. Because she cannot
I think Wendy was right with everything that she said up until that point, right? It was the aftermath that I'm in disagreement with. All I'm saying is Mia walked away, and then that was to me Wendy's cue. She should have walked away. And when she came back, that's when really a lot of the debacle for me, that's where a lot went wrong.
You know what,
she walked into an ambush. She most certainly did. Yes,
I needed Mia to walk away and come back and apologize, so that way Wendy actually could feel respected. Now, so the thing is, you can't walk away and disrespect me, insult me, attack me, and then come back at the table and talk with your girlfriend about how bad and nasty I am at the table.
Loudly.
You're still going to get my mouth. You're still going to get, because I'm still sitting here and embarrassed. So don't
nobody said that Mia was still antagonizing and attacking Wendy. Nobody said that. But everybody said, Wendy, you're antagonizing her. You're attacking her. You keep going. It was all Wendy's fault. Nobody else took any responsibility for what anything happened.
All right, guys.
It's all Wendy's fault.
We got an impasse. We all got to agree to disagree. We will be here next week and we will see what goes down. Listen, guys, I wish all of them the best, right? I don't like the display that they're giving us when they have this great opportunity to do something different and to be different. Sometimes people say, well, I don't want to be a role model. But sometimes when you sign up for different things, it's a fine print. You're automatically a role model. So what they're representing is they got an opportunity to present people that look like them. And this is what they're getting. This is what they're doing. And so what happens is, because for some others, all they see is what they're seeing. And they connect that energy to everybody that looks like them. That's all I'm saying, guys. We're going to close out here.
Diva, I didn't, or you still
go ahead, 4 degrees. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to say, I feel like Mia needs to go. Robyn and Gizelle need to be called out for their hypocrisy at the reunion. Yes. And I fully support Wendy. I know she's wise enough to intellectualize the situation. She is a board trustee, a board member, a soror with a PhD, and a professor at a prestigious PWI. Protect your accomplishments. Kudos for protecting yourself and not stooping down to Mia's level. but don't ever let it happen again. Not even for Mia, especially. They wanted this reaction from her, and no one consoled you in this moment, Wendy. Remember that. Very few of them spoke up on your behalf. Do not allow for Robyn and Gizelle to weaponize this against you this season, because you know they will. So in hindsight being 2020, gather all your evidence, read for filth. Katie did it. Monique did it. You can do it. I support you. Keep your eyes open. Don't ever stoop to Mia's level ever again.
Ever again. But see, the names you named, they're all off the show.
Because they got bullied off the show.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Let me add this too. Did you know that there was a reality show that they tried to do sororities and I want to say fraternities, and the actual sororities themselves shut it down?
Yes, ma'am.
They shut it down. And you know why they shut it down? Because they don't want, now these are sororities, and I'm talking AKA, I'm talking sororities, right?
Delta.
They shut it down. You want to know why? Because they don't even want their organization to be looked upon a certain crazy way. All I'm saying is that when you get up on this TV like that, you're representing more than yourself. And all of the ladies need to do better. But all I'm saying, and I'm going to stick to it, and I know we disagree, Wendy had the right. Of course she did. Of course she did, right? But when you got the security guard, and I don't have nothing against, listen, I don't care who you are, janitor, mailman, I love everybody. But when you have the security guard who don't even have your level of 4 degrees to tell you, you letting that take you down?
Yes, and I could just hear Gizelle at the reunion. I sat here season 5 and I let Karen and Monique go into me. Did you see me respond? You could have walked away, Wendy. I can just hear it. So I hope she really gives it to them at the reunion.
Nobody threw anything or attacked Gizelle either.
But you know how Gizelle is. They were waiting on this.
But we're smart enough viewers to realize that that's not a accurate, comparison.
Yeah,
and we're also smart enough to know the politics in the show.
Anyway, so
there are politics in that show.
Okay,
we're also smart enough to know the politics in the show. It is what it is.
I was going to say,
Andy cannot host the reunion. He can't be the one who hosts the reunion.
It has to be someone else.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, you know he's going to host that reunion. Listen, guys, this is it. Good night. Love you.
I hope next week
if you so choose, I'm back tomorrow night. Love and marriage. 8 p.m. Listen, I love having you all. Thank you all for coming through. Much love, much appreciated. This is the first night that I'm like, OMG. I gotta think about this overnight. I'm gonna sleep on it, but
pray
on
it.
And I hope you
think about this real hard, and you need to come back on tomorrow with a better answer, because this
and we'll see Wendy on Love and Marriage DC next season. How about that?
I'm pretty sure that none of us would have told Shaquilla Robinson that it was
let me say this. I do want to say prayers for this, because what happened in Colorado Springs was deplorable. It was so sad, and it broke my heart when I woke up this morning. If you saw the chief of police, when he spoke
at the Play Club.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was 5 people lost their lives.
And 18 or 28 were injured.
18 are injured. But you know what touched my soul? If you saw the chief of police spoke, you can tell that this chief of police, that man was so broken, so heartbroken over this situation. And he said, listen, he said one of the places that they felt so safe at in the community was at that club. Right. And now you got this horrible person that went to their safe haven and changed that safe place for them into something different. I saw one of the individuals that was
talking back or anything, so nobody thinks it's their fault.
Yeah, I saw one of the individuals that went and called the police, and that hid in the like in the dressing room or something in there, hid there, and he was the one, like him and I think a friend called 911, and God bless the people that took the person down, because it probably could have been even more tragic than it was. It's just heartbreaking. It's heart-wrenching. Prayers out. Be safe to everybody that's part of the community. And someone sent me an email too saying, or they sent me a message or whatever saying, this is why they only go out with their family and friends. Everybody should be free to go shopping, do whatever they want, go dance in the party, whatever. People need to get their life together. Leave people alone. This person, I want to say they already caught the person, and may they spend the rest of their natural life
under the jail.
Under the jail. But yes, an Army veteran took him down. Oh, beautiful.
Thank goodness. Beautiful.
And actually, guys, too, I gotta close out. Y'all killing me. I'll be losing sleep. But I'm gonna find out the name of the movie. I just saw this guy on the news this morning. It's an indie movie, but it's based on a true story. And so the guy, the story is based on a guy who was in the Army. He was gay. His family, didn't accept them, but all that he went through.
Is this the one with Gabrielle Union?
Yes. What is the name of that movie?
I got you. Let me find it.
Yes, the actor was on the news this morning, and he was just, the story is so touching. You know what he said that I really love? He said, it's brave of people to give their story.
The inspection.
Say it again.
The inspection.
The inspection. Everybody, that's an indie movie. You should go see it. Gabrielle Union is in it. This young actor that's in it. He said something. Yes. Jamie Lynn Jones. Yes. What's the name? You said that to me?
Jeremy Pope.
Jeremy Pope, right? What he said is, when people are brave enough to give away their story, you got to really commend them, because once you tell your story, you can't take it back. Oh my God. This man was a gem. He was on the news this morning. I didn't hear about the movie until I saw the guy, the actor that's in it. He said they filmed it in 19 days. He said it was very taxing, and he said it was very personal because the guy that wrote the story is based on his life. And he said he wanted to make sure that he did justice to the story because it was somebody's life. Like, it's for real. It's not, it's not like a story that's not true. So if you get a chance, support that movie and go see it. Thank you, guys. Goodbye. I'm not saying another word. I got to go. Bye. See you later. Bye. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my gosh, that was excellent. That was such
Diva,
a crazy
change your mind.
conversation.
Bye.